What's up, guys? We are live for KegCast number 22. I'm Jay from the Sports Keg, and I feel like complete ass, man. I've had like a stomach virus or like food poisoning since Saturday, and it's bad. So I'm probably not going to be the most upbeat person today on here. Anthony will join me in a little while. Somebody else might join us. I'm not sure. And that's it. We'll try to grind away a unit. I literally haven't bet in maybe 2 games the last 3 days. That's it. So let's see what's going on. Miami beat Wake Forest. I think that was the first game in the ACC tournament at noon today, 79-71. Notre Dame beat Georgia Tech on the road. Oh, actually, I think it's the tournament, so they're all on the road. Neutral court games, 78-71. South Carolina State currently up 49-42. UMBC up 23-9 on Hartford. Vermont up 31-19 on Binghamton. FDU currently up 30-25. 5 minutes left in the first half. BC and Pitt game just about tied halfway through the first. Hofstra and Northeastern. I thought about betting Hofstra because anytime you can get Hofstra plus points in conference, it's probably a good call. But they haven't been playing well, man. They almost lost to a team last night that they beat by 46 points and 22 points during the course of the regular season. And somehow we're up 13 at the half and barely got the job done as a 10.5-point favorite, which I sent out yesterday. I'm not sending anything out until I feel better, man. What's up, Corey? Oh, I feel terrible, bro. I can't even tell you. It's the worst I felt in years. So I can't send anything out. If I can't really handicap the card, I can't send anything out. So I'm hoping I could send something out tomorrow. I'm not sure. I have no idea. It might be the day after. I have to get better because I'm not going to cost people money because I'm unable to get through a night of handicapping without having to run to the bathroom and throw up or just other stuff. Oh, thanks, RKE. Yeah, I love NASCAR, man. App State's tipping off at 8 o'clock against UL Monroe. What else? Arkansas Pine Bluff Grambling, 8:30. I think Alabama State's playing Jackson State at 9. Alcorn State Prairie View A&M at 9. The big game in the Summit, I have Omaha 5.5 to 1 future on them to win the Summit League tournament. I know Ann has them at 6 to 1. They play in the championship game against North Dakota State. North Dakota State's looked really good, though. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Hopefully we get the job done there and cash that future. But North Dakota State, the way that they've been playing scares me. St. Mary's Gonzaga at 9 o'clock. I think that's the last game on the board. Gonzaga is a 15-point favorite. They should get the job done. I mean, I think they just beat St. Mary's by 10, one of the last games of the season at St. Mary's. You have to expect them. They probably get the job done. That's the Western Coast Conference tournament started already, right? That's not a regular season game. I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I hope Omaha gets the job done, Corey. But North Dakota State's been playing really, really, really well, especially this tournament. But 2.5 points is not that many points. Omaha looked good though against whoever it was that they played last. I think IPFW played North Dakota State, right? I'm not even sure, to be honest. My head's been in the clouds, bro, for the last 3 days. NBA action. The Bulls +2 at home tonight against the Lakers. The Bucks are a 10.5-point favorite on the road to the Pelicans. The Mavs are catching 3.5 at home against the Spurs. The Nuggets at home laying 9 against Minnesota. And the Clippers +2.5 at home tonight against the Trailblazers. That's pretty much the slate. Games going on right now. 76ers at home up 6 against the Cavs early in the second quarter. And the Pacers at home down 2 against the Knicks start of the second quarter. Northeastern up 9 currently against Hofstra. Northeastern's probably going to win this conference because Hofstra looks like shit. I don't know what happened to them like the second half of the year. They just don't look right. Northern Kentucky up 17 right now on Wright State. And Pittsburgh up 2 against Boston College. Hockey games that tipped off already. The Blue Jackets up 2-1 on the Bruins. The Sabres and Stars in a scoreless game. And the Penguins and Caps in a scoreless game. IPFW played Omaha. Yeah, Omaha looked good. Rutgers is terrible. Nebraska is also terrible. They're just probably less terrible than Rutgers. Rutgers has no offense. They play pretty good defense, but their offense is terrible. How about Conor McGregor getting arrested again for smashing somebody's cell phone because they wanted to take a selfie? These people, man. I wake up today, I find out that Becky from Aunt Becky from Full House is involved in a RICO bit. I mean, I don't know what the fuck is happening out there in the world while I'm going through whatever the fuck is wrong with me. I mean, Aunt Becky from Full House? My kid's sister used to love Full House. We got MMA this weekend again. Another probably dog shit card, even though the main event's a good one. Jorge Masvidal and Darren Till should be a great fight. As long as I feel, yeah, definitely, Corey. 100%. She might have 2 daughters. And Felicity Huffman, I love her husband, William H. Macy. He's a great actor. These people are crazy. If I was worth millions of dollars, I tell my little fucking bratty kid, you're not going to Yale. Suck it up, bitch. Go to some other fucking college. Colleges they're all bullshit anyway. After you get your first job, nobody's looking at that degree. It might help you land the first job, but that's it. After that, it's whatever you've done for whatever company you've worked for. There's like 30 Division One coaches too, of like all different like lacrosse, soccer coaches, crew. These people are nuts, man. I'm sure Anthony will mention it when he's on. You know him. He loves to talk about those Twitter headlines. Hofstra's getting killed. Looks like we're not going to see Hofstra in the tournament. Northeastern surged at the right time. They've been playing good basketball the last couple weeks. Northern Kentucky should get the job done. I looked at no spreads because I wasn't going to be able to handicap because I felt too sick anyway. My guess is who was the favorite pre-game in the Northern Kentucky Wright State game? Wright State -1. Omaha's going to win the Summit League? Yeah, probably. I'm not even happy about cashing that 5.5 to 1 future because I feel so shitty. Can't even enjoy it. Not a lot of basketball going on right now, though. I'm looking at 3 college games that we can live bet on and 2 NBA games. It's going to be slow, man, until these conference tournaments are done and the actual tournaments kick off. Oh my God, I can't even believe what I just looked at. And if you're watching this show right now, we're going to definitely have a conversation in the DM later. That's for sure. About what I just looked at on my phone. No, not gay porn. Something as horrifying to me, though. Something equally as horrifying. Let's see what's going on Twitter. There's nothing we could really live bet right now. I got 3 games going on. Jared Kushner's Harvard acceptance re-examined by ProPublica. Did Jared Kushner's parents pull the Aunt Becky? $2.5 million donation by Kushner's dad to get him into Harvard. How about that? Trump and Fox and Friends falsely label Patrick Moore as co-founder of Greenpeace. Who gives a fuck? People just complain about anything. I'm not a fan either of the president, but I mean, really? Who gives a fuck? Le'Veon Bell speculation reaches a fever pitch, with conflicting reports. Bell, who sat out all the 2018 season, arguably the highest profile free agent out there, and NFL reporters are trying to outscoop each other on his destination. Hopefully it's the Jets. That would be awesome. Yeah, I know, Ryan. Probably currently, I don't know if it's food poisoning, man. I don't know what it is. There's just been awful things happening with my digestive system. Ian Rappaport talking about the Jets made a best final offer to Bell, but the Ravens are still in it as well, I'm told. And Bell has indicated to some friends around the league how much he likes Baltimore. It seems like the Ravens versus the Jets. He was like 4-1 to go to the Jets, too, in the offseason. I just didn't bet it because I figured the Jets would fuck that up. It's the Jets. They fuck everything up. Jason Lockenfora, though, continued to be told the Ravens are not in on Le'Veon Bell. If I'm Le'Veon Bell, why am I going to the Jets? Don't get me wrong, I love the Jets. They're my team. But there's a lot of excitement around that young quarterback in Baltimore. He had a great second half of his rookie year. Jackson looks like, he might actually be somebody. I was not impressed with Sam Darnold. I hope that he shits the bed so incredibly bad this season that they actually, and next season, that they actually take a shot and go and get that Clemson quarterback. Lawrence is going to be the real deal. Yeah. I'm a jaded Jets fan, though. The best game he played all year was the first game of the season. After that, it was downhill. Fuck you, Ant. I'm not in the mood, bro. Monster isn't the reason why I feel like this. If that was the case, it would have happened years ago. There's nothing to bet on right now. Northeastern is killing Hofstra. Northern Kentucky is up 10 on Wright State. Pittsburgh's killing Boston College. And they're the two worst NBA teams on the planet are currently in basketball games. There's literally absolutely nothing to bet on. Four hockey games, which I have no desire to get involved in. I see two basketball games at 8:00. Arkansas State, Southern Alabama, and App State, UL Monroe. I lean over 157 in the App State game. Other than that, I have no desire to bet Alcorn State, Prairie View at 8:30. No desire to bet Arkansas Pine Bluff Grambling at 8:30. No desire to bet Morgan State Coppin State at 8:30. No desire to bet Southern Texas Southern at 8:30. No desire to bet Alabama State Jackson State at 9. And then you got the Summit League game, the last two games of the night. Maybe I might bet on Gonzaga and St. Mary's and North Dakota State Omaha. Prairie View is minus 16. You want to lay 16 with Prairie View A&M? The Devils. The Devils are plus 350 against Calgary on the road. I haven't even followed hockey. I wouldn't even know what I was looking at. They should win, but well, there you go. Bet Prairie View minus 16. San Jose, Winnipeg. Winnipeg's minus 130. It's a low price. Probably still wouldn't bet it, though. I wouldn't bet I wouldn't lay $2.30 with the Blues. I wouldn't really take the plus 190 on Arizona either. No desire to back that team. Anytime I bet a game with Arizona in it, I get fucked. Yeah. Nashville's minus 145 on the road against Anaheim. I might bet Nashville minus 145 at home, not on the road. And that's it. Those are the games. Any game that I bet that has the Coyotes in it. That's who they are, right? The Arizona Coyotes. I lose. Doesn't matter who I back. If they're in the game, I might be 0-10 lifetime back in betting an Arizona game. I got to write an MMA article all night tomorrow for Odds Market. That's going to be fun. There's 18 tennis matches going on right now. Anybody bet any tennis? I can't even pronounce these names. Never mind bet them. Let's see what's going on. Some of these announcers for these lower level conference games, where did they pluck these guys from to call these games on ESPN? I kind of liked FDU today. I don't have the option to bet them though on DraftKings or on FanDuel. Is that game just starting? Oh no. FDU's up 9. Yeah, I kind of like FDU. Really, Ryan? Wow. He must be such a cancer that the Giants can't even keep him. That's bad, man. That's going to make Ant puke. I hope it does make him puke, so at least somebody else is puking besides me. Wow, man. Cleveland's going to be good for a long time. Like, can anybody after watching that last season possibly think that Baker Mayfield could be a bust? Like, you watched Sam Darnold last year, and he's got just as much of a chance to be a bust as not a bust, probably. But there's no way Baker Mayfield's going to be a bust. No way. Everybody laughed at the Browns for taking that kid first overall. And he was the best quarterback in that draft, it turns out, by a mile. By a mile. That's because whoever's running the Browns right now, I forget the guy's name, but he's proven. I don't know who the GM for the Browns is, but whoever it is, everybody loves him. John Dorsey. Real quick, and it's because of John Dorsey. He came over and everything changed. Wow, what do the Giants have now? Barkley? That's it. Every other player on the offense, including all 5 linemen, suck. Can I bet FDU? Anybody have a live line on FDU? I don't know why FanDuel or DraftKings isn't offering that line. Just came over the wire on ESPN. The real Ryan Gosling comes through in the clutch. That's crazy. Good for the Browns, man. The Browns, like the Jets, have been the laughingstock of the NFL for 2 decades. I'm happy to see the Browns do good or well. I can't worry about proper English right now. Definitely at least 1 first-round pick. I'm not sure. They'll release the details at some point. What day is today? Tuesday or Wednesday? Tuesday, right? Yeah. That's a crazy offense. Browns fans deserve that. Imagine being I can imagine it because I've been a fan of the Jets. It's brutal, man. Every football season, there's no hope. Let's see what else is going on. This doesn't make you feel good. The FAA will not ground the new Boeing 737 jet despite security concerns. All right. Who wants to go on vacation? That's crazy. Oh, Larson, save me, bro, please.
What's up?
I feel like death.
Well, I feel like death too watching this Wright State get their dicks kicked in by Northern Kentucky.
Can I know your initial reaction to Aunt Becky being indicted in a RICO act? Like the first time you heard that? What was your thoughts on that?
It was a few hours ago. Yeah, here, hold on. Let me pull it up right now.
I know, but I want to know, like...
I laughed my ass off.
You did, right?
Uh-huh.
I tried to laugh, but it hurt too much.
Lori Loughlin, who's Aunt Becky, has deleted her social media account after being indicted in an alleged college admissions cheating scam. The Full House actress's Twitter and Instagram accounts appear to have been taken down on Tuesday. However, her Facebook is still up. As ET previously reported, Loughlin and Giannulli allegedly paid $500,000 to have their two daughters, Isabella and Olivia, deemed as recruits for USC's crew team, though they never actually participated in the sport.
Felicity Huffman, too.
A spokeswoman for the FBI tells ET that Loughlin has not been taken into custody yet, and you don't take rich people into custody. When federal agents went to the actress's Los Angeles home on Tuesday morning, she was not there. Federal agents were informed Loughlin is out of town and the warrant is out for her arrest.
She's in Canada. Can you be extradited from Canada?
Yeah. In a 2016 interview with ET, Loughlin spoke about how important it was for her to support her daughter's education. And by that, you mean cheat to get her into school. I want them to be happy, Loughlin said. I want to be supportive of everything they want to do, but I do want them to have somewhat of a normal life, finish out high school, college experience, maybe because I didn't have that. I really want that for them. By college experiences, she means just like frat parties at age 19 and gangbang.
The girl actually on like her YouTube show, one of the daughters literally said, the only reason why I want to go to college is for the parties, literally. So she couldn't have she could have got into Arizona State and had the time of her life.
Yeah, I know. You don't need to cheat to get into Arizona State.
Exactly.
You just need to apply.
Exactly.
What else we have? Meanwhile, Felicity Huffman, who was also indicted in the same cheating scam, a spokeswoman for the FBI confirmed to ET that was arrested Tuesday morning without incident. So Felicity Huffman's already been arrested.
Got to feel bad for if William H. Macy had nothing to do with it. Got to feel bad for him, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that Shameless show that's just killing it.
I haven't watched Shameless in like 5 years.
Yeah, me either. But apparently this past Sunday night was Emmy Rossum's final episode because I saw that in the Twitter moments.
That's interesting. So you want to hear something funny? You want to hear like the stupidest bet I've ever made in my life?
Odell Beckham's a Brown?
No, I don't want to talk about that. So it was in Champions League today, and I'm like, Schalke versus Manchester City. And I'm like, well, Schalke's down 3-2 on aggregate, and they're a huge underdog in this match. But, you know, if Manchester City gets up 1-0 or whatever, they'll probably just kill the game and play it out, you know. They're not going to run it up or nothing. No need to, because they just want to advance. So I'm like, you know what I'll do? I'll take Schalke plus 2.5 goals because I see this as like a 2-0 game or something like that. Meanwhile, 7-0 later, they beat Schalke 7-0. It's like the worst dick stomping in soccer history. It's absolute embarrassment.
So what was your bet?
I took Schalke plus 2.5 goals, and it never had a prayer. I had a team in soccer plus 2.5 goals, and it never had a chance of winning. Never had a chance of winning.
So the Browns now have Baker Mayfield, Kareem Hunt, and Landry and Beckham as their receivers. That is ridiculous.
The Browns got Odell Beckham?
Yeah.
Is that official?
Official. Just came across the wire on ESPN. And Hollywood Ryan Gosling beat ESPN by like 5 minutes.
Well, why the fuck did they get rid of Odell Beckham and keep why is that piece of shit still behind center?
I mean, the Giants are going to be in disarray they're going to become the Jets for the next 20 years.
What did they get in return?
First round draft pick in 2019 and a third round draft pick in 2019.
What do they think a first round draft pick is going to be as good as Beckham? Well, Beckham's a generational talent.
I think Beckham he probably wanted off the team.
He probably wanted a quarterback who could throw the fucking ball.
Right.
Why don't they get rid of freaking Eli Manning? They get rid of their best player on offense, and they keep that sack of shit who can't throw the ball more than 10 yards downfield on the team? Why? Why? Oh, well, he won them 2 Super Bowls. No, that defense in 2007 won him the first Super Bowl. What the fuck? Give me a break. What a joke. What a shitbag team. Why am I even a Giants fan? I renounced my Giants fandom.
You want to come be a Jets fan?
Fuck no.
That's not nice.
I'll be a Chiefs fan or something. They'll be good.
That's hurtful.
What a joke. This is pathetic. They trade Odell Beckham Jr. to the effing Browns, and they still have Eli Manning sitting behind quarterback.
My guess is Beckham was like, if you guys don't trade me or get me out of here, as difficult as you think I've made it for you, you have no idea. I will become, like I'll sit the whole year if you're not going to trade me.
Well, I have an idea. How about
players do that all the time?
They should go, hey, Odell, what if we did this? What if we cut Eli Manning? Would you stay on the team? And then he'd go, oh, yeah, because, any quarterback in the league would be better to get thrown to than Eli Manning.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Giants fans, I mean, they've been, like, just like Steelers fans, they've been spoiled you've had a franchise quarterback for 15 years. They forget how hard it is to actually find a franchise quarterback.
They had 4 of them in the draft last year, and they drafted a running back in a passing league.
They did? Are you sold on Sam Darnold?
I'd take Darnold over Eli. I'd take
Allen and
I'd take
Josh
that guy and
Josh Allen, Rosen, and Darnold can just as easily become busts. The only one that is a foolproof franchise quarterback is the only quarterback that nobody thought would be a franchise quarterback that the world laughed at the Browns for taking, and that's Baker Mayfield. And other than that, the jury's out. And, Darnold didn't impress me last year. I'll say that as a Jets fan. I was not uber impressed. You just look at Baker Mayfield and you just know the Browns are in good shape for 15 years.
Well,
I can't say that.
This is fucking ridiculous. Stupid Eli Manning still on my stupid team. They trade away stupid Odell Beckham Jr.
Giants need to completely shit the bed this year and just go out and get Tua, or completely shit the bed the next 2 years and go get Lawrence from Clemson. Then they'll be in good shape.
Oh, yeah, Eric's in our chat gloating.
Eric should gloat. It's fantastic.
Motherfucker.
I'm happy for him.
This is bullshit.
As a Jets fan, as somebody that's had no hope for a decade, couldn't be happier for Eric.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, Twatty can 100% be right.
I'm not even reading the chat. I'm too pissed off. What's Twatty saying?
Rosen, Darnold, and Allen all amount to Jeff George. I mean, I think it's a little early to say that. But
well,
it's
Jeff George is better than Eli fucking Manning right now. At least Jeff George could sling it. Is Wright State going to come back in this game?
I don't know. I honestly haven't looked at basketball for like 2 days.
How do you do a betting show when you haven't even looked at basketball?
I'm just here riding your coattails today.
All right. Well,
I'm going to let you get me past the finish line. This would be a great day to have Twat. Do you hear that? Do you hear the echo of me?
No.
I have a massive echo.
So
Max and Twatty, you guys want to come on, carry the show? Okay, you guys do hear an echo.
Do we does Gonzaga cover that big spread?
Yeah, I think they beat St. Mary's by more than that.
Yeah, it's like a 14.5 point spread. The problem is Gonzaga will go up by 30 and then let them back in the game. I mean, they led Pepperdine or whoever the hell it was the other day. They led them by 40 and still barely covered by 2.
Twatty, I would love it if you came on. So Ann has somebody to talk to when I have to go run and shit water. That would be awesome. I'm sending you an invite now.
I'm so mad. And the worst thing is I'm watching the game that I'm losing my bet on, and they keep throwing down on the scroll. Oh, yeah. Giants trade away their best player because they can't handle fucking Eli Manning. What a piece of shit. What a garbage franchise. I'm so mad.
You're going to really be mad when it takes you 20 years to find another quarterback.
I don't think it'll take that long. The NFL will rig it so the Giants get somebody. I mean, the NBA keeps trying to rig it to get the Lakers good again. I mean, it hasn't worked, but, at least they're trying. The only thing good in my life right now is these tacos. Well, I'm
happy that you're like a hardcore Taco Tuesday guy.
I mean, it's Tuesday. What else do you eat on Taco Tuesday? I mean, I'm not going to eat spaghetti. So, what's it like risking prison time to get your kid into a school?
I don't know. My kid's gonna have to be really good at softball to go get a college scholarship.
What's it like to have so much money that you can spend hundreds of $1,000s in bribes to get your kid into school? I mean, I wish I was that rich. That'd be cool. I mean, isn't it funny how like rich people just like passively commit fraud and crime all the time and get away with it? Meanwhile, like poor people get busted with a gram of pot and thrown in prison.
Yeah, right. There was some African American mom that went to jail because she used another address to get her kid into another school district, and Aunt Becky's gonna walk.
Well, the funny thing too is another example would be if you watch that Michael Cohen testifying to Congress thing. First of all, I thought it was funny how the Republicans spent all that time trying to call him a liar. When like literally his testimony pretty much said, yeah, all that Russia stuff's bullshit. I mean, they probably should have been selective in what they think he's a liar on, because that actually helped them. But what I'm talking about is like, he literally implicated Donald Trump in like a bajillion different financial crimes, from tax fraud to real estate fraud to money laundering to all this stuff. And if anybody like actually paid attention to Donald Trump before he became president, I mean, let's be honest, like if you're a Republican, you're like, oh boy, I love Donald Trump. I'm like, come on, if this is like 10 years ago, you'd be like, of course Donald Trump commits fraud. Like everyone knew Donald Trump was a huckster. I mean, it's not he didn't come out of nowhere. Like people have known about him for 40 freaking years. So he's been getting away with like all this financial fraud for years and years and years. And it's hilarious. And that's just my point. It's like when you're rich, you just get away with everything. It's like, it like kind of sheds a light on why he never released his tax returns during the presidential campaign.
Yeah.
I wish Max was on too, so we could ask about some Canadians. We finally got a Canadian in the chat. We could ask him about that scandal. That's so cute. Canadians think that's a scandal. You know what I'm talking about, right, Jay? We were talking about it last week.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy.
I don't know if it shows but no, so looks like I'm going to lose my financial. Yes, Max, that's the scandal I'm talking about. Jay and I were talking about that last week. We thought it was pretty funny that in Canada, that's something that could get your prime minister, I don't know, whatever you guys refer to as impeached. And in America, I mean, that's just that's just business as usual.
So true. I don't know why I have an echo, because they can hear the echo.
I can't.
Yeah, I know, but they can out there. All right, I'll be back. So the bets I have out right now is I have a Wright State, which is going to lose. And that was all I bet so far. Later on tonight, I have a 6-1 future on Omaha. And I went ahead and took the money line on North Dakota State and hedged it because I'm a pussy. So I'm going to either win 1 unit or 2 units on that game. So that should make up for this Wright State debacle. So not really sure what else is coming on after that besides the Omaha game. I know there's Gonzaga where I mean, don't you just lay the wood with Gonzaga in every conference game? I mean, when do they not cover? I mean, even when the line was like 23, 24 points yesterday, they still covered. I mean, Gonzaga is so much better than every other team of that conference. It's ridiculous. So, also,
kind of happy about myself. I have a future. Whoa, what's that echo?
I'll get rid of it.
Oh, Plotty, you're here. What's up, buddy?
What up?
So I was going through the National League East, and I wrote down, I got a bunch of notes on all the teams for the National League East. So do you want me to give you my very extensive breakdown on the Miami Marlins? I'll give it to you right now if you want me to.
Let me make sure my sound is not jacked.
All right.
Is it still echoing?
What?
Is it still echoing?
A little bit. Normally, if you just plug headphones into your computer, that fixes everything. That's why I wear earbuds. But actually, now I don't hear an echo.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you guys will hear it here first on the Sports Cake. Twatty and I are going to do a breakdown of most of the game or most of the teams, probably next week before the season starts. But I'll give you a preview of my breakdown for the Miami Marlins, and I'll give you my pick because I already got 2 units on their season win total. My extensive breakdown of them is they fucking suck. There we go. That is my breakdown of the Miami Marlins. And I got 2 units on their under. Normally, I don't bet those extreme lows, like the low 60s or whatever, but there's no way this team's not losing 100 games. So that is my breakdown is they fucking suck. I can bore you with their lineup, but I guarantee you none of you have heard of any of the players on their team except for maybe Starlin Castro, and he won't be on the team come mid-July anyway. He's getting traded. I mean, they already got rid of their catcher, who was probably – their catcher was like the last real good team on their team, Romoto, and they traded him already to the Phillies. So at least I think he was to the Phillies. Yeah,
And,
I think.
Can you see me?
No, but I see free sports picks on my screen.
So it's just black?
Yeah, for the most part. I see a logo.
You'd think I'd know how to do this. I've done it.
I don't know. You've been on here plenty of times. I assumed you knew how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Marlins
Yeah, the Marlins aren't good at are not going to be good at playing baseball this year. So that's really. I honestly don't think I need to waste any more time on breaking that down. Just they're going to be bad. They're fielding a AAA team. They're fielding a 500 AAA team. That's how bad they are. I mean, I think the El Paso Chihuahuas or the Omaha Storm Chasers might not even be that big of an underdog to the Marlins if they played. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Joseph, we'll be looking at some live lines once the 8 o'clock games start up. Right now, all the 6 o'clock games are like in second halves and they're blowouts at the moment. I mean, there's really no way I can buy out of my right state bet because the game's just too far out of hand. But that was disappointing for me. I threw some money in the trash here. Wonder if I can watch another game to change the channel here on my tablet. See what we got going on here. Nope. So if anybody actually watched our show last week with Max, where we went over conference tournaments, we did give out Omaha at 6-1 to win the Summit League, and they're in the Summit League final. And the best part about that is they're a 3.5 point favorite, which means you can take the money line North Dakota State and get a pretty decent hedge, which I've already done. So I feel kind of good about that. I kind of would like Prairie View A&M to completely demolish was it Alcorn State or whoever they're playing tonight. I kind of patted myself on the back because I took Prairie View A&M to win the conference tournament at plus 140. And then, oh, look at that. Less than 24 hours later, they're minus 140. So it's always fun to know that you beat the line move on something like that. I mean, when I was looking at that conference, there's like no team. There's no team worth betting outside of Prairie View A&M. And you were getting plus money on them. I don't know what they were thinking putting that line out there. Like, they should have opened at minus 140. The fact that it had to get steamed down to that much kind of shows you what the books were thinking. That's kind of ridiculous. All right. Kind of looking at some of the games that are going to be tipping off here at 8. Well, there's only 3 of them. I haven't bet it, but I kind of would say I wouldn't mind taking Gonzaga, just laying the points with Gonzaga, or maybe even the over. That total looks kind of low, although it's been steamed down too. It opened higher. I'm looking at 139.5. That seems pretty low for Gonzaga. Gonzaga could put up 75, 80. I don't really see how. Although in their last game, their other game went below that total. So who knows? Maybe they'll tighten up the defense on them. NBA wise, I do have some NBA action. I tailed a couple people I trust on NBA. I took the Bucks and I took the Nuggets. So the Bucks are in a tie game right now, though, with the Pelicans. So, but plenty of time for them to start fucking the Pelicans. So let's hope that happens. And in hockey tonight, I am on one game that hasn't actually both games that haven't started yet are the 2 games that I'm on the Predators. I went ahead and laid it with them. They should be a bigger favorite than that against the Ducks. And it's probably going to lose, especially since it's a big underdog, but I took a swing on the Devils at plus 340 because I'm not particularly sure how the hell the any NHL team, when you're getting that big of a price on an NHL team, like how you don't just take a shot for like a quarter of a unit or something. Because I mean, the NHL is probably the most parity-driven league of all the 4 major leagues, and to see a team at that big of a price, it's like, okay, sure, they're nowhere near as good as Calgary, but I mean, you only need the Devils to win that game. What, one time in less than 33% of the time. So where's Jay go? Hey, Twat, are you still there? I guess Twatty's gone. So let's see if there's anything else going on. That's all I got right now. So I'd say probably come back at the 8 o'clock games. I know Jay's tied up until then, and we don't have any other games going on until then. That's when they all start. So let me message Jay here. I just got a headline come down. Australian Cardinal sentenced to prison for child sex abuse. He will be getting 6 years in prison for molesting 2 choir boys in a Melbourne cathedral more than 20 years ago. The Victoria State County Court Chief Judge Peter Kidd on Wednesday ordered Cardinal George Pell to serve a minimum of 3 years and 8 months before he is eligible for parole. Each of the 5 convictions against Pell carried a maximum possible sentence of 10 years each. Like, you only have a maximum of 10 years in Australia for kid fucking? That seems a little light. Pope Francis' former finance minister had been convicted by unanimous jury verdict in December of, I'm not going to get into the details of that. Oof. And the court had suppressed media reports. The 77-year-old denies the allegations and will appeal his convictions in the Victoria Court in June. So, my gosh, every time I read about other countries and their prison sentences, I'm always kind of like, what the heck? Really? That's all you got? So he's convicted of raping 2 kids and he only gets 6 years. Wow. You think they have more crime when you know that you can get away with it over there? It's like that dude who in Norway who shot up 60 kids on a shooting spree several years back, and he got 20 years. It's like, yeah, I murdered a bunch of kids, and they sent him to prison for 20 years. That seemed kind of goofy to me. So the funny thing too about this, all these celebrities going to prison or getting arrested for getting their kids into college. I mean, how dumb are your kids that you got to bribe them? I mean, these are public schools. I don't know. It seems, UCLA. And like Jay mentioned earlier, it's college degrees can be a little bit overrated. It helps you get your first job. You can, but if you've been in the workforce for 10 years, literally, if you go looking for another job, once you submit your resume, nobody asks about your education. They just care about your previous work experience. They ask you for references. They ask you for your job history. No one asks about your education when you're say if you're job hunting when you're 30 and you've already had now I'm talking about, when you're actually had jobs in management or something like that. Nobody asks about that. So I think it's kind of overrated to put yourself $100,000 in debt for what I don't really know. Unless you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or something, then I guess you have to. But I mean, you can get a bachelor's degree for pretty cheap from a public college or an online courses and stuff like that. You don't need to spend $100,000 to get a BA from some of these schools. Because guess what? Once you have the degree, nobody cares where it came from either. They just want to know that you have one. Right.
Whore.
Who's the whore?
Computer.
you can't get the webcam to work?
No, it's on, but it's not showing.
Oh, that's weird.
Maybe I'll just restart it. Oh, fuck.
Wright State is garbage. Yeah, fuck Wright State. Let me pull up some of these lines here to start looking at some. Because unfortunately, none of these games were ever close enough for me to find any advantage on a live bet. That's the problem when you're live betting is you don't really want to live bet a blowout. It's kind of. Oh, I have Hofstra plus 2.5. Forgot about that. Oh, they're losing too. Well, come on, Hofstra. Hofstra and Northeastern are playing right now. I can get Hofstra plus 5.5. That doesn't seem like a deal. Let's see. What do we have here? Mavericks. Or we got Bulls, Lakers. Oh, check this out. You could get the Bulls, Lakers live at 217. I believe that closed at like 220 something. Something like that. Let me check it. Let me check what that closing line on that was real quick. You could get a discount on that over. Yeah, it closed at 226, and you can get it at 217 now with the Bulls and Lakers. I wonder if that's something to kind of want to take advantage of.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Hey, Jay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Right now, you can take the Bulls, Lakers. It changed. It changed again. Dang, how did the line change 3 points in 20 seconds? Never mind. The Bulls and Lakers were at 217, and now they're at 221, but the line closed at 226. I was wondering if it'd be a good shot to try the over and then see if they get on a good run, and then you can snag an under and go for a middle. Which, I hit a couple of middles yesterday. Thank you very much.
Lately, you've become like the middle king, bro. You've been nailing them at a high clip, too.
Well, when it's something you specifically look to do when you bet totals, it's hard to explain when you don't do it very often. But when you bet a total with the express, oh wow, everybody can see all the sour cream all over my lips. So when you bet a total with the express intent of middling it, you just start looking for those opportunities. Now, sometimes the opportunity never comes, and you just wind up sticking with your play. But sometimes, when that opportunity does come, you can hit it. Like last night, I had over 126.5 on the San Diego game.
Right.
And it took a while, but I wasn't even intending to middle the game. But the spread got up to like in the 130s. And right about the 8-minute mark, I'm like, okay, this game's probably going to hit right about 130 because it looks like they're starting to slow down. The algorithm hadn't caught up yet and moved the line down yet because the algorithm was still in like the mid 130s. I'm like, so the line is going to come back down a little bit. My over 126 is still going to be good, but so I hit it at under 135.5, and the game came out at 131. So I was able to middle that one. I mean, if it's something that you're like paying attention to, watching the game, and you understand how the live line algorithms work, the middles aren't that difficult to hit.
Yeah. What's up, Twatty?
What up?
Oh, I'm fucking dying, bro.
You still sick?
What?
You still sick?
Bro, I have to have either like serious food poisoning or like a real like stomach virus that like is fucking me up. Like I got the chills. I'm shitting water. I'm throwing up. It's crazy, bro.
Man, this has been like 3 weeks.
No, it started like Saturday.
Have you gone to the doctor?
No, because it's only been like 3 days.
No, you had like a head cold.
Oh, yeah. I had a cold. Yeah, definitely for a couple weeks. Yeah, that's true. I would give anything to have that head cold back right now.
Why don't you just go to the doctor tomorrow morning, man? Make an appointment. Go to a clinic.
I mean, because 99% they're going to tell me, well, you probably have a stomach virus. There's nothing we can give you for it. You have to let it run its course.
Yeah, but they'll give you medicine for it, dude.
There is no medicine for like a virus, like a stomach bug. You just plug your ass with Imodium AD and you let it run its course.
So who else is on over 139 in Gonzaga?
I was thinking about that. Are you already on it?
Yeah, I gave it. It's the only play I gave today.
Yeah, I mean, their last game went well under that, but I mean, I don't know how you can bet an under at that total when Gonzaga can score 90 in any given game. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So, yeah.
I haven't bet anything in a couple days.
I mean, 80 to 60 seems reasonable to me.
I gave out Hofstra yesterday because they beat the team by 46 and 22, and the line was 10. They were up 13 at the half and actually almost lost the game in overtime.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How do you beat a team by 46 and 22 and give away a 13-point lead at the half in the third time you play? So today I decided I'm not sending anything out, bro, until I feel like well enough where I could actually cap the card in depth. People would rather me not give them a pick than give them a loser.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I guess that's where those fake revenge spots come in. You know, when you've been butt fucked by a team by that much 2 times in a row, maybe you get a little fire under your ass. I don't know.
Well, you figure each game should get closer to the mean, right? So if you game you lose by 40 and then you lose by 20.
That's why the line was probably 10.
Right.
And they were dominant in the first half, and Hofstra just hasn't looked right for like a month.
Hey, what do you guys think about me bringing on a DFS guy?
I think you should, man. I planned on bringing somebody. I planned on bringing somebody on into the sports keg that was a DFS guy that was like really deep into DFS.
Are you talking about for football or baseball? Because football's quite a ways away.
I was just kind of bouncing the idea.
I think it's a good idea, bro. A ton of people bet DFS. It's actually amazing how many people bet DFS.
Do you think it's more than bet sports?
I think just as much.
Right.
Well, because a lot of people probably you have those fantasy sports apps like the ESPN app and stuff, so it's a lot more common.
What do you think a service like that is worth a month? It's not worth $100, is it?
Probably not. No.
50. $39.99.
Yeah, something. I think I gotta talk to Joe at the Fantasy Sports Network because one of the people that they have that does a daily show, I think sells a monthly package. I gotta ask him. I'll ask him how much he charges for that. I'll ask Joe. I think it's like Roto World or something. It's something not like actual Roto World, but like Fantasy Roto or something like that. I'm not sure. I have to ask Joe at the Fantasy Sports Network.
I bet you anything if the longer we do these shows, our audience is going to start taking bets on whether I'm eating during the cast or not.
That's pretty obvious, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
Is that
I think it's like 75% of the time I'm eating dinner while doing these. Hey, if you don't want to get food poisoning, Jason, why don't you just start having some home-cooked meals?
Yeah,
Like,
seriously.
We went out to dinner last night, and it was probably the first time I went out to dinner in months. Now, granted, I get takeout all the time, but I still cook my own food like 5 nights a week.
I wish I did that. I eat out every fucking night. So convenient.
I think the people at Uber Eats are trying to kill me, though.
What's the one? DoorDash? He dipped his balls in salsa or something?
Somebody did that, didn't they?
Yeah, I don't remember if it was DoorDash or not. It was DoorDash.
Yeah, I don't know how you can eat out every night or get takeout every single night.
I probably get takeout like 4 nights a week, probably. What was the pregame line in this FDU game?
You mean Fairleigh Dickinson?
Yeah.
Oh.
I
don't know. I can't live bet it, so I don't care.
Yeah, I can't live bet it either, but I think I kind of like the pregame line.
Is Hofstra going to cover this spread? They're down 6. I need them 2 more baskets. Come on, Hofstra.
I just don't want to.
What about Anthony Barr pulling the rug out from under you?
Who?
Anthony Barr.
Who's that?
Did you see he had a deal in place with the Jets yesterday?
Oh, really?
He had a big deal with the Jets in place yesterday. After the Jets just signed somebody big, I forget who it was, and they were about to sign Barr, and he slept on it and went back to the Vikings. That was a huge miss.
I don't blame anybody for not going to the Jets. Like, I would be shocked if Le'Veon Bell actually picks the Jets.
What if him and AB both go to the Raiders? Oh my god.
Yeah, why that's surprising, man. I guess it was all about money. You're not going to win a chip there, that's for sure.
Well,
not now.
The line is already back up to the closing line. I missed my opportunity on that one. That sucks. I spent too much time talking to you guys about it and then just bet it when it was at 217.
I don't know if I had just woke up or if I was high or what, but I could have sworn this morning I heard there was only 7 teams that were more of a Super Bowl favorite than the Browns. And that was before Beckham.
I buy that.
That is,
I mean, they've made enough.
Also,
they've made enough moves now where now I thought they were a year away from making the playoffs, but I think they've done enough where they could definitely be a wild card team now.
But I don't really know what you're talking about. Asking if you were high though, there, Twatty. By that you mean high on the joy of life? You know.
Yeah, exactly. How'd you know?
Well, I know that we would never do anything.
It's not illegal.
Well, it depends on what state you're in.
It's not illegal in Pennsylvania.
Well, there you go.
I would also
it's still
like
legal.
To point out that
it's still illegal in Jersey over here.
Really? But not for medicinal, though, right?
No,
I don't
not
know
for
what
medicinal.
you guys are talking about.
Nebraska's never going to legalize anything.
The DFS is legal there?
You know what's ridiculous is Nebraska won't even legalize casino gambling, and even Kansas has casino gambling.
So what? Not like literally nothing is legal in Nebraska.
Like there's no you can't walk into a casino in Nebraska. Can you imagine that?
Jesus, that sounds terrible.
Luckily for Ann, he's like 10 minutes away from Iowa, which is going to legalize everything. Probably it's only a matter of time.
The thing is like the craziest thing about all that is 60% of Nebraska's population is in the Omaha metro area, and Iowa has legal casinos. So what did Iowa do? They went, oh, wait a minute, there's this huge population base right on the other side of the river. So they put 3 riverboat casinos right on the border.
Yeah, I mean, that's brilliant.
literally within 2 minutes of downtown Omaha, there's 3 casinos.
Brilliant.
Really? Okay.
So it doesn't even feel like gambling, or it doesn't even feel like, casino gambling is illegal in my state, because I'm like literally 15 minutes away from a casino. So it's like, I don't even think about it.
How far off do you think Iowa is from sports betting?
They'll legalize it in the state legislatures this year. They already have bills circling through. There's already a couple casinos in Des Moines that are already building their sports books.
Yeah, that means it's coming.
It's basically, it's a completely done deal. It's just they have to get it through the They just have to, all the technicalities. They got to put the bill through the legislature, vote on it, figure out how they're going to tax it, blah, blah, blah. Just work out those details, but it's going to happen like really soon.
Sports books in the Atlantic City casinos were building sports books 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite casino that I like going to, the Horseshoe in Council Bluffs. I mean, I just walk in there and there's like this little space off to the side where me and my buddy are like, oh yeah, that's an easy place to put a sports book.
Yeah, the sports book here at my local casino is really nice. It's a really nice sports book.
I still haven't walked into a sports book and bet in a building. I've done everything through apps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the sports book that here in Pittsburgh is a lot nicer than a lot of the sports book in Vegas, actually. Now, there's some exceptions to that. There's some really nice ones in Vegas, but a lot of them are hole in the walls.
I have been to a casino in PA, but it's far away from you though. It's
casinos or something.
The Sands. You guys have more than one Sands?
No, I don't know. What town? What city?
It's like right over the New Jersey, Pennsylvania border. So that's got to be Pittsburgh is like what, 4.5 hours away from the Jersey, Pennsylvania border.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really far. It's only about 50 minutes from me though to get over the border into that casino.
All this casino talk kind of makes me want to go play Hold'em. Are you a good Hold'em player, Jason?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, really good actually.
I doubt it. I bet I'll clean you up.
I'm good.
I doubt it.
Hold on, it's my brother.
I won a World Series of Poker tournament at Harris with 588 people in it.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah. I'll fucking destroy Ant. People in Nebraska don't know how to play poker.
Yeah, you got a Nebraska guy and a Jersey guy. That's easy, right?
Of course.
That's a no-brainer.
Exactly. I can't believe how good the Browns are going to be this year.
They're ridiculous. How many games though is Kareem Hunt going to get? Is he going to get 4 or 8?
Probably 4, and he'll probably play the last 12.
Yeah, he is so good.
I mean, they're at the point. I thought they were probably going to win 8 games. I thought that they were a year away, but they're probably like a 10-6 team now.
And they got Nick Chubb as their backup. That's crazy. It's unbelievable.
It's going to be such a down year probably for the Steelers.
Yeah, I mean they'll still be. I mean they'll be 8-8 or 9-7. I think.
You think so?
I don't think Tomlin has had a losing season since he came there. I think he has 1 year he was 8-8.
Well, every year he's been there, he's been with Ben, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Did you see the Ravens basically lost their whole defense? I mean, they lost 3 studs off their defense. know what the hell they're doing. And the Browns did. The Giants did get Jabril Peppers in that deal too.
I think the Browns. I mean, the Browns might be the favorite to win that division now.
They may be.
I think the Ravens.
Yeah.
I think the Ravens and the Browns are comparable teams. It's a down year for Pittsburgh, and the Bengals are irrelevant. So I think that the Browns have just as good of odds as any team in that division to win the division this year.
Well, they have to be favored right now. Like if
they weren't though. They were like plus 200, weren't they? I thought the odds for them to win the North were like plus 225.
Yeah, but that still could have been a favorite, right?
Yeah, that's true. I guess so. Yeah.
If Pittsburgh was plus 250 or whatever.
That's true.
I would make them almost like minus one or plus 125 or I don't know.
Their odds are definitely going down for sure. I have to check if I have any futures yet on FanDuel or DraftKings.
Hey Jay, so on FanDuel or DraftKings, do they pay you out immediately?
Immediately, bro.
So like, you make a $200 bet, you win it, you can cash that out right then.
Like I withdrew. I wanted to put just as much money in DraftKings as I had in FanDuel, so I withdrew $5,000 from FanDuel to my PayPal, and it was there in like 3 hours.
And what kind of fee did they hit you with?
Nothing. $5,000. It was all there.
Huh, that's interesting.
They take the fee. Whatever the fee costs, they pay it. Because when people send me money, when people like buy a package and they send me $100 for the month, I get like probably like $97.50, something like that, or like $98. So I take on the fee, but so DraftKings must and FanDuel must do the exact same thing.
Right. Who's your processor?
What?
You know who's your processor? Is it Stripe or Square?
I actually have no idea even what you mean.
Like who? When someone sends you money, like your credit card or no?
Correct. No, they send it to me through PayPal.
Oh, PayPal. Okay.
Yeah. It's all goes through PayPal or Venmo.
Okay. I had the credit card service set up. That's why I was asking.
Oh, that's cool.
You should look into it. It's cheap. Like 2% or something.
Right now, this is what I have for futures. Where is Kyler Murray going to be drafted to? His draft position. Who's the number one pick in the 2019 draft? Where's Dwayne Haskins going to? And then I have odds to win the Super Bowl, and then odds to win the AFC and odds to win the NFC. So I don't even have odds on FanDuel yet for divisions. And then I got Antonio Brown specials. Over under 1,200 yards for him. Over under 9.5 touchdown receptions.
Wow.
And Jason Witten. What a joke that is. I cannot believe he's going back.
He cannot bend over.
Literally?
Well, I mean, you've seen him the last couple of years. He just goes 5 yards down the middle, catches the ball, and just like he can't run or jump or do. You know what I mean?
His regular season yards totals 470, and the under is minus 150, and then regular season touchdowns 1 or 2 is plus 200. 3 or 4 is plus 150, and 5 or more is plus 180.
So what? That's 30 yards a game to get to like 480.
Yeah.
I thought Rico Gathers was going to be their tight end of the future. That didn't work. That boy Ivy, nice to have you. Max sent him in.
Oh, nice. I'm glad you joined us, bud. Good for you, Steve. Cash both ends of that Hofstra game. Good for you. I haven't even bet. I haven't even bet anything today. That's when you know I don't feel good. I probably won't even bet anything tonight.
I need Gonzaga to put up 80 tonight, so I don't have.
I thought about taking them, but I don't know. I can see St. Mary's playing within 16.
But if they play within 16, then it's got to go over.
Yeah, definitely.
So I hope you're right.
I think they beat them at St. Mary's by like what, 10?
Yeah, it was relatively close.
Yeah, I think the line was 9.5, and they beat them by 10. So it wouldn't shock me.
Do you think Gonzaga is the most talented team
in the nation? Yeah, offensively, definitely.
I think so too.
And that's saying a lot. A lot can if Duke is fully healthy. I think where they're going to run into problems in the tournament is on the defensive side of the ball.
Who, the Zags or the Dukies?
Zags. I think Duke is really good, actually, defensively.
They are, yeah.
But I think the problem for Gonzaga is they played like really, really good teams at the beginning of the year at a conference, and then 80% of the games since have been in-conference shitbags.
Right.
So it's a shock to their system, those first couple games in the tournament. That's why they run into trouble every year in the tournament.
Which game are you watching?
The Summit League final. I have Omaha at 5.5 to 1 to win it all.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. North Dakota State scares me, though. They've been playing really good basketball. They've looked really good in this tournament. I can't believe all these teams that I thought were going to be in the tournament aren't going to be in the tournament. South Dakota State, Hofstra, Belmont.
What about the Johnny?
Who?
Johnny.
I can't hear. Oh, yeah, Johnnies are in.
Are they in?
Joe Lenardi says they're in.
I've never seen a team have more bad losses. I mean, they had good wins, in fairness. But
Joe Lenardi said Ant's team was the first 4 out. Creighton was first 4 out. He said he would have never thought that was the case a month ago, but he thinks they're first 4 out. And he says the Johnny should be in, no matter what happens in the Big East tournament.
wow.
So we'll see if that's the case.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Omaha game started.
Yeah, I'm free rolling that game, so I'm going to watch this Gonzaga game. But I had to take that phone call.
You took North Dakota State too?
Yeah. They were a big enough dog
Wow, good for you.
1
What were their odds to win the tournament?
No, I took North Dakota State money line to hedge.
Oh, okay.
I had a half unit at 6-1, and then I have a full unit on North Carolina. I took a full unit on North Dakota State at plus 150.
Yeah, I just wrote out the 5.5 to 1 on Omaha.
Well, I had 6-1 on Omaha, so it's so basically now if Omaha wins, I win 2 units. If North Dakota State wins, I win 1 unit.
That's good. That's smart.
Yeah, so now I just turned on the Gonzaga game to see how I do on this total here.
If St. Mary's can keep it close and this line drops on the Zags, then that will probably be my only bet of the day.
Yeah, they're running up and down good so far, Ant.
What was the total?
139.5.
It's already at 143.5.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. Considering that their game's 5 minutes old.
Hey, Hannah, who you got for MVP? Major Leagues.
For what?
MVP.
In Major League Baseball?
Yeah.
I haven't actually looked at any. I normally don't bet those props, so I never look at them.
Yeah, I'm not saying make a bet, just asking who you think.
I don't know. That's kind of hard to decide because there's a lot of good players, but the problem is like some of the best players are on teams that could split the vote. For example, the Cubs have a guy who's already won the MVP, and then 2 other guys who finished in the top 3 in MVP voting within the last 3 years. But I mean, if Harper has a monster year and the Phillies go to the playoffs, I could see him winning it.
I think Aaron Judge is going to be ridiculous this year.
Oh, Aaron Judge? Jesus. Yeah, but you also got Stanton too, so that he could split the vote. I mean, Stanton has a monster year.
I know, but when I see those two bat behind each other in the lineup, Judge is such a better hitter. He really is than Stanton. Stanton has so many holes in his swing. I mean, Stanton, if he's the best mistake ball hitter, bad ball hitter, I guess, out there. But if you throw him, your best pitch, he ain't hitting it. But I get what you mean. They could possibly split votes.
So, that boy Ivy, I'm on. Right now I'm on the Bucks -11, and I had the Nuggets -9. For if you want to know about NBA, I actually tailed Ski profit on both those plays. I'll tell Ski because he only puts out like maybe 1 play a day or sometimes every other day, so he's pretty selective in that. And then I'm going to hope that the Nuggets get out to a big lead, and then maybe take the other way at like plus 20 points or something like that. That's what I'm kind of hoping. And in the case of the Bucks game, I mean, they're up by 6 at halftime, so there's really nothing I can do live on that to try to do any kind of middles. That's what I try and do. Jay's not a middler so much. Jay just makes a bet and rides it out. But when it comes to basketball betting, if I have a pregame position on the game and I'm watching it and I can bet it live, I'm looking for a way to middle it almost every time. A lot of the time that doesn't come through, but sometimes you get an opportunity and you can hit, and it's nice.
North Dakota State looks strong.
We got a bunch of NBA going.
What do you got?
We got the under in the Sixers game, under 222. We got the Bucks under 234. Spurs -5. Spurs under. Portland money line and Nuggets over. Yeah, Timberwolves Nuggets over 227 seems obviously not a lot, but seems like a good pick.
It's at 229 now. I just pulled up the Timberwolves Nuggets game. It's at 229 now.
The home run total on Harper's 33.5. Does he go over it because of that park?
I would. What's the juice? But I would.
Overs -120, unders +100.
I would definitely not bet an under on that.
That's all injury. I mean, if he stays healthy, no. Yeah.
Yeah, if he stays healthy, he's hitting 40 home runs.
If you just blindly took the under on all those props, you would come out on top because 20 to 30% of those people will get injured and never hit their prop.
That makes sense.
I did that in hockey. Yeah.
Most regular season home runs. Stanton is
Jason, you missed my expert. You missed my in-depth analysis on the Miami Marlins. I thought I'd give everybody a sneak peek on our team breakdowns. Twatty was here to hear it. He said it was the best analysis he ever heard.
Okay.
Yeah, so do you want to hear it?
Not really. I'll go back. I'll rewatch the show.
Oh, you're going to love this breakdown of the Marlins. I can give it to you real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
They fucking suck. Bet the under.
That's in depth. I like that.
Well, I mean, am I really going to bore you reading off their roster of AAA players? It's actually bad.
You know, their best player may be Lewis Brinson. He's a pretty good player.
Oh, yeah. You know, when Lewis Brinson's your best player.
I
know. I mean, they traded Romoto, or they traded. How do you pronounce that guy's name? Real Muto? Real Muto? Yeah, him. He was a guaranteed, you know, he's one of the top catchers in baseball. He was like literally the only thing good they had left on their team, and they traded him in the offseason to the in division of all places. And they had nothing. And the thing is like, I know what like the Baltimore's doing. Like Baltimore's blowing it up on purpose because they're doing what the Cubs and the Astros did a while back. I mean, the Astros are a monster right now, but you know, in 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, the Astros were losing 100 games every year. They were an abomination. But, you know, and the Cubs were losing a ton of games, you know, in the 2009, 2010, 2011 range. And it was to do a rebuild. So, you know, you have that hurt before the good comes. It happened for the Cubs got a World Series out of it. The Astros got a World Series out of that plan. And I know that's what the Orioles are doing. So, like, Orioles fans just need to hang tight and just deal with the fact they're going to lose 100 games for a few years. But I don't know what the hell the Marlins are doing. They're just an ownership team that got in over their heads buying a team they could not afford. They could not afford to own a baseball team. And they said, holy crap, we just bought this team and now we got to play all these players too. So they're just blowing up payroll. That's it. Like the Marlins fans have every right to be pissed off. You know, like Orioles fans can at least sit back and go, okay, well, at least there's a plan that, you know, there's a blueprint that other teams laid out. And that's what the Orioles are following. So maybe we'll be good in a few years and let's see what happens. Marlins fans, there ain't no fucking plan. That is all just shit. We got to dump payroll because we are in over our heads and we cannot afford this team. I mean, they sold the team to Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter's not a billionaire. You got to be a billionaire to own these teams. Derek Jeter's not a billionaire.
Yeah, he owns a really small percentage though.
When you got to get like 15 guys together to have an investment group in order to be able to afford the team, guess what? You can't afford the fucking team.
Yeah, but isn't there an investment group that owns the Dodgers, and they got like the second highest bankroll in the bigs?
Yeah, well, the Dodgers also have some of the highest revenue in the bigs because they're the Dodgers, not the Marlins. the Dodgers sell merchandise. The Dodgers have people watching their games. The Dodgers have a TV deal. And also, the guy who fronted their group was a billionaire. Is anybody in that group for the Marlins a billionaire?
My guess is that if Miami, the people that own that team, wanted to do the right thing, I'm gonna say that money is not the issue, because baseball won't let somebody that can just barely buy a team.
Okay, well, tell that to the Marlins fans, because that's what they did. I think it's going to come out. They're going to be forced to sell that team at some point. Like, the backlash is going to be so big coming up here. I mean, they are going to be forced to sell that team. It's going to be like, what the hell did we let happen here?
Like, the Mets are a joke, not because the Wilpons can't afford it, because that's what they choose to do with the team.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody who bought the Marlins has any business owning a baseball team. Period. They have no business owning the baseball team. They can't afford the team. They're in over their heads, and now they're dumping salary as fast as they can.
Let's look at the Marlins ownership group. Like, if one of these people's worth $25 billion, your opinion is going to get blown the fuck up. Jeter owns 4% of the Marlins.
That's 4% too much.
Who will have $400 million? Who will have a $400 million debt? Derek Jeter has a 4% stake in the group buying the Marlins, and retired NBA great Michael Jordan owns half of 1%. The price was $1.2 billion from Jeffrey Loria. He owned the team, right?
Yeah.
He owned. That's the guy that owns the Eagles, right?
Hey, I have a question. Do we want to take the Spurs on the second half at a pick'em price? They're up against the Mavs. The Spurs are up 60-53 against the Mavs. It's at halftime. The second half line is a pick'em. Do we like that?
I don't know. What do you think, Twatty?
No, I got nothing.
Okay, well then I won't bet it then.
The guy that owns 46% of the Marlins owns a company called M4 Capital. His name is Bruce Sherman. He's got a $70 million yacht. So, I mean, my guess is if he wanted to dump a shitload of team money into the Marlins, he probably could.
Well, either way, they're bad at baseball.
Who do you guys think? He owns a $4.4 billion asset firm.
Well, here's the thing. During the next collective bargaining agreement, they'll never get a salary cap, but what they need is a salary floor. Because not only is there no salary cap in baseball, there's no salary floor either. And it's kind of ridiculous that you're going to have a team with a $25 million payroll trying to compete supposedly, and then they're trying to sell their fans a bill of goods that they really are trying to compete when you have other teams that are like spending $200 million.
Who hits the most home runs, do you think, this year? Stanton's 5.5 to 1, Judge 6.5 to 1, JD Martinez 7 to 1, Chris Davis 7 to 1, Trout 7 to 1, Arenado 8 to 1.
Stop right there. After Stanton and Judge, you don't need to go any farther.
That's not bad money then. 5.5 to 1 and 6.5 to 1.
Both of them have the ability to go 50 home runs because they play half their games in Yankee Stadium.
Well, J.D. Martinez plays half of his games in Boston, though.
And Harper now, who has done incredible at that ballpark in Philly, now plays half his games in Philly.
Harper doesn't have the power of Judge or Stanton, though.
But he's got a short porch now.
Is it 315 feet short? Because that's what Judge and Stanton are hitting into.
I don't know. I mean, I could check the schematics.
No. If you want to bet props on who's going to hit the most home runs, throw it on Stanton and throw it on Judge, and then collect at the end of the year, because it's going to be one of those two.
Well, how much is J.D. Martinez, though? Is he a huge number?
No, he's the third choice.
But is he like plus what?
730.
No.
Yeah, it's not. At 1,000, it may be worth it.
Yeah, but at plus 500 for both Stanton and Judge. Judge has already hit 50 in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, and Judge is 6.5 to 1.
Yeah. I mean, and you're also looking at a guy in Stanton who was hitting Stanton led the National League in home runs in a pitcher's park, and now he's in Yankee Stadium. So I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be one of those two. It's going to be one of those two. It's absurd that it wouldn't be one of those two.
Well, it'll probably be whoever's bats behind the other, I would think.
Did one of them lead the league in home runs last year?
Or vice versa, I meant.
I can't remember.
But if Stanton's batting 3, he'll probably hit more than Judge, and vice versa. Because you won't be able to pitch around the number 3 guy.
Well, last year Judge hit in front of Stanton, I think. I could be wrong, right. But I think
he's definitely the better hitter, so he will hit in front of Stanton.
Last year,
it was Chris Davis.
Stanton and Judge didn't even hit 40. And Chris Davis blew the league up by 5 home runs. J.D. Martinez 43, Joey Gallo 40, and then a couple guys, Trout and somebody else at 39.
Yeah, they both got hurt at separate times, I believe. That's why.
Did you
Chris
just go
Davis put on a show, huh?
Else?
Yeah, it's baseball.
Chris Davis? Are you looking last year?
Yeah, 48 for Oakland.
And
I forgot about that.
He must have hit 195, 190, I think.
There was like a strikeout reel of him on YouTube, and it was like 10 minutes long.
You're thinking of the other guy. You're thinking of the other guy, Twatty. We're talking about Chris Davis of the A's.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. Chris, the outfielder of the A's. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's good at hitting baseballs. The other Chris Davis from Baltimore. Yeah, there was a strikeout reel of him. That was the funniest thing I ever saw. There was a strikeout reel of every strikeout Chris Davis had last year, and it was like 15 minutes long, and it was literally only showing the third strike of every single one of his things.
Yeah,
I think he was rated the worst, or the specs had him as the worst player in baseball.
I mean, he's not good.
He had one crazy year, home run count wise.
I'm serious. That dude's making over $20 million a year.
That's robbery.
It is. He had one really good year, and the Orioles re-signed him to like this 5-year, $120 million deal or something stupid. And this guy's literally hitting under 200, striking out 200 times a year, and he's the highest paid player on the Orioles.
The Chris Davis that had 48 home runs last year is tied for third choice at 7.5 to 1.
He has no shot. He has no shot with Stanton and Judge. No way.
Well, you also got to remember, Jay, Stanton and Judge were also injured part of the year last year too.
Yeah, I'm actually looking it up now. How many games they actually played in?
Wow, the Bucks are pulling away here a bit. That's what I want. See if I can get a middle going here.
Yeah, he only. I don't know how many home. Actually, yeah, I do. He had 27 home runs last year, but in 112 games.
Right.
So he didn't play 60 games, but he only had 27, which is a really down year.
Man, how much longer is St. Mary's going to hang with Gonzaga here?
He had 52 home runs the year before in 2017.
Hey, are you watching this Gonzaga St. Mary's game, dude?
No, I'm actually watching the Omaha North Dakota State game. But I was going to bet Gonzaga if the line dropped because St. Mary's was hanging around.
The line's probably dropped a lot. Hold on, let me look it up.
10.5. It's 10.5 right now. It was 15.5 before the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're tied at 20, it looks like.
I would think if you can get 9 or 9.5, that would be a really good bet.
Yeah.
If they stay close at halftime, you could probably get Gonzaga like at -7.
That's the thing. Like 1 second, the Zags are tied, and the next second, they're up 15.
Right.
Exactly.
That's to hit them with a run. There's no doubt. Brown's got Earl Thomas. Are you kidding me, Andy? There's no fucking way they got Earl Thomas.
Wow. The Browns might win the Super Bowl next year.
Are you kidding me? Is he kidding?
He's got to be kidding.
Holy shit.
That defense is good, too, man. That defensive line is really good. That Browns defensive line.
I need some more scoring in this Gonzaga game.
I know.
Yeah, the total is 134.5 right now.
The Bucks are up 16.
The line on Gonzaga right now is 8.5 plus 100.
That's not bad.
Because St. Mary's is up 2.
What I want to know right now, though, is the Bucks are up 16, and I can get the Pelicans at plus 17.5.
Real Ryan Gosling comes in. That's official. He broke the OBJ news. I trust Gosling. He's our Ian Rappaport.
Adam Schefter. Do you remember John Clayton?
Yeah, I used to love John Clayton.
Whatever happened to John Clayton?
He's
I don't know. He might be dead.
He looked like the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah. That commercial when he was like playing like heavy metal rock band music like with a fucking ponytail was fantastic.
He was the goofiest looking son bitch.
Yeah, he was. Gosling says not 100%, but they're reporting it.
Now, I guess they did just lose Jabril Peppers, okay, and they had to cut Jamie Collins too. But still,
who is good left on the Giants? Because whoever it is getting traded.
Well, Olivia Vernon's gone.
Is Landon Collins gone?
Yes. He signed yesterday.
The Giants might have the worst roster in football now.
Okay, so John Clayton was fired from ESPN back in 2017, back when ESPN was like purging all their talent.
Oh, okay.
He was part of that talent purge.
But he didn't land anywhere, right? We haven't seen him.
I haven't seen. Yeah, there's nothing on his Wikipedia.
All right, the Zags right now, the live line on the Zags is 4.5. I'm taking them.
You got to take it.
That's my first bet.
I'm taking it too.
Because they're down 4.
You get them at 4.5? Are you effing kidding me?
Yeah.
I'm looking at 7.5.
I got 5.5. What the fuck? I'm taking 5.5. I don't care. You got 7.5?
Yeah. I was trying to ask you guys when I should try for a middle on this Bucks game, but he kept interrupting me on games he didn't already have bet. So.
Fucking Omaha's down 11. They're gonna fuck me, man. Unbelievable. I knew it. What I say?
On earth didn't you take North Dakota State money?
I said I was nervous in North Dakota State. That's like 2 minutes into this show. I said that. Fuck.
I'm not nervous at all. I already hedged it.
Well,
I'm guaranteed a unit on that game, no matter what. I mean, I would like
you
Omaha
just
to win.
suck a bag of dicks, then. Okay.
I mean, send me the bag. But no, yeah, I hedged that game. I hedged it pre-game because the perfect storm happened. Was Omaha was a 3.5 point favorite, which made.
So what did you get on the money line?
I was just about to tell you, which made North Dakota State plus 150.
That's not a bad price.
Yeah, so you risk a unit to win 1.5 units on North Dakota State, and I have a half unit risk to win 3 units on Omaha from before the tournament started. So I'm either going to win 1 unit if North Dakota State wins, or I'm going to win 2 units if Omaha wins. So I would obviously prefer Omaha to win. But
what are the Zags doing right now? Like, what are they doing?
I sure
the
hope
money line. The money line's minus 300. I might bet it for 1,500
on the Zags.
Yeah.
Oh.
Where are you getting these lines? I'm looking at minus 6.5 and minus 500.
No. Well, I only deal with the New Jersey pool, so.
Yeah, I tell you what, they must be some weak ass. I would lay the 300 on the Zags.
They're fucking idiots, bro. Why do you think I just clean up? These people in Jersey betting on games that aren't me and Corey are fucking retarded.
Yeah, to get the Zags right now at minus 300 is a bargain.
Yeah, they're minus 295 on FanDuel. I mean, on DraftKings right now.
I mean, I'm not you. I wouldn't risk it for 1,000, but you should try and win 100.
Yeah,
I don't got that kind of money you do, but I'm trying to wonder when I should take the Zags on the spread here.
More importantly, why are the Zags minus 280 on the money line, only down 3? Doesn't that seem off?
Yeah, it is off because I'm staring at minus 460 in at 5.5. They're going to come out in the second half and ass rape them. You know that, right?
Yeah, I think so. Even if they don't cover the spread, they're going to take control.
Fuck, this over is not looking good at all.
No, it's not. The live line's at 127. I could get the Zags at minus 5.5, but it's minus 125 juice. I would prefer minus 110. I'm not.
I just got him at minus 275.
Jesus, that's a good number.
Yeah.
On the money line? Yeah, I'm staring at minus
better.
460. I do not know how you're getting minus 275.
This is ugly. Oh my gosh. Josh Perkins is their worst player by far.
I didn't bet it for 1,000 though. I only tried to pick up 100.
Hey, were you going to DM me what you're looking at that was horrifying or what?
I did DM you.
You did?
Yep.
Oh.
And what the hell were you doing?
I wasn't doing anything.
What was that?
I was banging.
Tic Tacs.
Yeah, no, my fucking medicine.
Fuck. So did you guys get down on, what'd you guys do on that Gonzaga?
I took a minus, I laid the 275 to pick up 100.
I would lay that too, but I'm looking at minus 460. I'm looking at a live line of 5.5, which I want to take, but it's at minus 125.
That's what I got. 5.5.
Yeah, but I'm not betting a spread at minus 125. So I'm kind of stuck right now because I'm not getting the prices you guys are. You know, if I can get the -5.5 at -110, I'm taking that. But I'm not taking that -125. And if I could get them the money line at 300 or under, I'd take that too. But I'm not betting the money line at 460. So, congratulations, Jason. You have a book that gives better live lines than I do. When does this?
How are your numbers this month? I just did mine. We're +12.
I for the first time since I started selling plays, I lost 4 games in a row. I'm going to attribute it to 2 horrific losses and food poisoning.
There you go. Happens.
But that's why I'm just not sending anything else out until I feel like better. Omaha fucked me. They were in control the whole game. They scored 4 points the last 6 minutes of the game, and I got hooked by a half a point. And then I don't know what the fuck Hofstra did yesterday. I'd rather not give out a play and not have these people lose. If I can't cap for 8 hours and like really break down the card, then it's just not worth it.
Right.
So I'll take care of them and give them a break on the first month of football once that starts.
Man, Omaha shit in the bed against North Dakota State. That's just terrible.
But I've never lost. I'm actually in danger of being down a quarter of a unit on the season. I've never been down while selling plays. Like, I think if I lose the next game, I might be down like 1/10 of a unit on the year, and that's never happened to me before.
What are you talking about? You're not talking about. You're way up in football, so. Basketball.
Right, exactly right. I think like right now I'm 16-13 in college basketball, and I'm up like 1.95 units. So if I lost 2 units, I would be down like 1/10 of a unit in basketball. I would have to lose for 2 years straight to lose that. I finished the year up in football 65 units. So I can't wait till football season, man. Ugh.
Holy crap. The Devils are up 2-1 after the first period. Come on, baby.
Wow.
We're really struggling in hockey.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't bet a lot of hockey, but I saw a big number on the Devils, and so I just went for it. I just said, screw it, I'll take the Devils.
You got a good hockey guy too.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like literally, this is how it went down. When I started to sell picks, I had only 2 people in mind that I was going to ask, and first one was Jimmy. And Jimmy said no, he appreciated it, but he couldn't do it because
Andy is showing Gonzaga -3.5 live and wants to know if you should hammer that now.
It's your telecast.
I mean, it'll be embarrassing if they don't beat this team by 4 points.
I'm looking at. I just had Gonzaga at -4.5, and now they took it off the board.
I just took them on the money line -275, Andy. So I think they get the job done and win the game. They should cover the 3.5.
My book just took all the live lines down, mainly because the second half is coming up. So I'll look at the halftime line and see what I can get on Gonzaga, because if they're going to be -4.5 live, then that'll probably be like a -7 on the second half, and I think they're going to come out and destroy St. Mary's in the second half.
Twatty, finish your story.
Yes. So it was just so Jimmy said he couldn't, obviously working for SBR. So
right.
And then my next guy was Brent, and I went to Brent, and Brent said, yeah. And then, but Brent's he's just struggled a little bit. It's just got to be just going, I don't know, streaks or whatever.
Have you noticed that, like, the last 2.5 weeks in college basketball has killed almost everybody selling picks?
Well, you're really the only one I talked to.
It's been a really volatile 2.5 weeks. Everybody I see out there on Twitter is struggling the last 2.5 weeks selling college basketball picks.
Yeah. I mean, I'm up for the month, I think 2 units.
That's good, bro, considering everybody else is getting killed.
How about my NBA guy is up, I think, 13 units.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Tyler, he's doing a great job. We just got to get hockey going, and it'll be all good. And baseball, we'll be good with baseball.
Yeah, I mean, unless you bet 5 units on every game that you bet, I would never bet 5 units on a game.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
If you're $100 better, then just be $100 better. Make that your
right. Right. Now it's different with the money line because you might have to lay 10 units to win 1 unit when you're going to pound something live. That's like you're going to lay 1,000 to pick up 100, but you almost can't lose the bet. That's different. But like if you're laying points, you should probably be betting the exact same thing every bet.
Wow. Gonzaga's -11 on the second half line. Are you kidding me?
That makes sense. They're down 3.
Yeah. What? That means they're -7.
-8.
Oh, yeah, -8. Wow. That is crazy.
And they were 6. I think the line closed at 16.
Omaha's -5 on the second half line. I don't see North Dakota State.
Which means that they're saying they lose the game by 7.
Yeah, what I'm saying is
9.
like I don't see North Dakota State pulling away.
I don't know. They've looked really good in this tournament, Ant.
So's Omaha.
Yeah, I guess. Although Omaha had a game in this tournament where they scored 4 points the last 6.5 minutes of the game. So
and they won the game. So I mean,
yeah, but that's not great. I should have bet them. I knew this was going to happen too. Fuck. Somebody mentioned when we were doing the conference tournament breakdowns with Max, somebody mentioned North Dakota State at a big price too. I forget who it was.
Yeah, I think it was like North Dakota State and South Dakota were both in the 10-1, 11-1 range with IPFW.
IPFW was the third choice, and they were 10-1. So yeah, it had to be.
IPFW was in the same grouping with North Dakota State and South Dakota. They're all 10-1, 11-1. It went. Yeah, it was South Dakota. You had to lay $2. And then it was Omaha at 6-1, and then there was that group of IPFW, South Dakota, North Dakota State were all in the 10-1, 11-1 range. And then you had the other teams that had no chance. So
I took a shot with IPFW at 10-1, and then Omaha.
Did Max give out Omaha today or something? A lot of people in Omaha.
No, Max.
I'm not sure.
Max, I believe, liked the over, which I can't blame him for that. That was a low total for an Omaha game. I just stayed off of it because I had the Omaha future, and I just was able to get North Dakota State at a pretty good plus money price on the money line to basically arbitrage the shit out of this game.
How many times this year has Gonzaga scored 24 points in the first half?
I bet it's maybe once, if that. I'm amazed.
Hold on. Wait a minute. All right, guys. Gonzaga team total over 42.5 for the second half.
I mean, they score 92 points a game or something like that against conference opponents.
Yeah, and they'll be fouling at the end. You know they're going to be pushing the ball.
I mean, you have to think, what is it, Ant?
42.5.
Which would mean that they're only going to score 68, basically.
It's 67.
67 for the game. 67. They gotta hit 70 in this game.
Is it juiced? What's the juice on it?
Should I take it? It's 110 on the over, 130 on the under.
I mean, I'd rather bet. If you're asking me, do I really want to lay 11 in the second half or bet that over? I would probably bet that over before I laid 11. The way this game's going,
I think I'm taking it because you also get overtime too.
Right.
As long as the game's close, which it looks like it's going to be, you'll get that fouling too.
Oh,
you know, I thought about doing something. DraftKings, we know how many incredible amount of games in the NCAA tournament go to overtime. Wouldn't you agree? Way more than the average throughout the year. Wouldn't you agree with that? Just look at just look at all these games that have gone to overtime in conference tournament play, right? DraftKings offers something. You can bet the game will go to overtime at like 15-1 on every college basketball game in the tournament. I bet you if you bet $100 on every single game at 15-1, that you make money in the NCAA tournament. I would say more than 1 out of every 15 games played in the tournament go to overtime. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Yeah, but you might want to narrow that down. You might want to narrow that down to like games that are lined below a couple possessions. I mean, you sure as hell ain't going to be blindly betting that on a 3 versus 14, 2 versus 15 game.
Right. That's fair. Like all 4 1-16 games, you're not going to bet that. And probably all 4 2-15s, you're not going to bet that. That eliminates 8 games right there.
I wouldn't even do it on the 3-14s. The 5-12s, that might be tempting because those games are always tight.
Well, here's what kind of a method I've used a lot that's been pretty successful. If the opening line is within 4 points and the game is within 4 points at halftime, I'll blindly take the second half over, almost regardless. Because what they're ensuring you is that the two teams are pretty close, and it's already close at halftime, and that it's going to probably be close at the end. Thus, you got a much better chance of overtime and fouling. And that's been a really good method. Even Max has been using that. So as long as the opening line is within 4 points and the halftime score is within 4 points, you can almost blindly take the over second half.
That makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense, man.
So you think in the first round, if I bet that blindly on all seeding from 12-5 and closer?
Well, no, but Jay, let me ask you this: do you get to see the opening line first, or no?
Yeah, you get to see. Yeah, it's.
Well, there you go. So you bet every game that's like lined at -2, -3, -4, right? I mean, right. The chance of going to overtime on a line that's 15 is a lot less than if the line is a 2.
And you know what's crazy? They offer, and they don't fluctuate the price either. It's the same, like for that 15-point line or that 3-point line, they put up the same exact odds for the game to go to overtime.
Well, that's huge. I mean, because your advantage that's got to help your advantage 5 to 10%, I would think.
Yeah.
Or have a 2-point, 2 teams that are 2 points different, or 2 teams that are 12 points different.
There's got to be a way that we could figure out how many NCAA tournament games last year went to overtime, right?
Yeah. A Vegas insider. That's what I go. I'd just go back and look at every game. It's a pain in the ass, but yeah, you could definitely do it.
These Bucks got me wishing I would have bet them at the other way at plus 17 now. I took the Bucks minus 11, and I was thinking about taking the Pelicans at plus 17.5, and I never did. And now the game's back down to 10-point game.
Yeah, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna count right now while we're on air.
Mm-hmm. Ay. Giants have agreed to trade Odell Beckham to the Browns. Fuck you, Giants. You bastards.
My mother's gonna puke when she hears that.
She is?
Yeah, she's a big Giants fan, but she's an Eli apologist.
She's an Eli apologist?
Yeah, she loves him. He could do no wrong.
Really? I was an Eli apologist up until about 2 years ago, and when I started looking at these games, and I said, okay, well, maybe he just needs a good receiver. So they got him Odell Beckham. And then I'm like, well, he just needs an offensive line. So they retool the offensive line. And they're like, well, he just needs a running back too. They get him a running back. And what do we got? He still can't throw the fucking ball. It's time to stop apologizing for Eli.
He's scared to death in the pocket. And I know that his line last year struggled, but he is just scared back there.
Yeah, I mean, his offensive line has been so bad, though. Can you blame him?
He's such a pussy. Sorry. He's such a, I don't know. He just seems like a deer in headlights now. He does, he stares down the rush now. He's, it's like he's not even looking downfield. He's looking at the DN coming around. And
I don't disagree with you.
You're right. He's used to it now. Getting hit every time he backs.
Yep.
He gets back.
That's the same thing happened to David Carr, bro. He got hit so many times when he was a Houston Texan. He got gun shy.
Well, how about David Carr? Yeah, David Carr or Derek Carr said that David is a better quarterback than him. It's crazy considering one sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
Neither one was very good.
David Carr was incredible at Fresno, though. He was so good, man.
I mean, how hard is it to look good at Fresno when you're playing roast beef Tech every other game?
I mean, the Mountain West isn't terrible.
I wouldn't.
He's lucky sometimes. I mean, David probably was a better quarterback than Derek. It's just, you get the right situation or the wrong situation.
No.
I don't know.
No, I mean, I just think in general, when I think of the Cards, I just go, no.
I think there's probably a lot of players that, were signed by the wrong team when they were a rookie and it was a running offense and, they never could show what they could do and then they got hurt or, you know what I mean? Just different situations. But not always.
Did Twatty cut out?
No.
Oh, I don't know. I stopped hearing somebody. It sounded like he just stopped talking in the middle of a sentence.
I might have done that. It's quite possible. Talking fragments.
So I took the Gonzaga second half team total over. So hopefully that hits. Hopefully we get overtime. That'd be kind of cool. Because then then if we get overtime, then we have second half team total over hit for sure. And we get that total. I think. Yeah, that total that we bet. Fortunately, that total, the pregame total, wasn't that high. I mean, 139.5 isn't super high. So, I mean, they can have an 80-point second half here.
There's Dale Johnston. 2 games last year, and Thursday, Friday went to overtime.
That's profitable then, isn't it? If you bet them all at 15-1. And
But
then you
Dale,
just
is
take
that
out all the
conference?
big conferences? Or you
Well,
just take out
no.
the 2-15
That
matchups?
first weekend, there's 60. What? There's 32 games.
Yeah, but you take out the 2-15, the 1-16 matchups.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, then you made money. Yep.
Yeah.
You want to make money. Last year, I got on this late, was the unders. I swear to God, it wasn't even close. They had to have won 70% unders in the tournament.
Well,
It makes sense because the backdrop is different. You know what I mean? There's no true home favorite, and there was no scoring last year. And I'm going to probably bet it.
Yeah, unders in the small conference tournaments are ridiculously hit at a ridiculously high clip. Like you get a total in the 140s or 150s, or even like the high 130s in some of these smaller conferences and the conference tournaments. I mean, do you even need to cap the game anymore? I mean, you just take the under. I mean, okay, I want to let people know, yeah, you still cap the game. Yeah, you still look at the statistics and stuff. But I'm just saying in general, I'm never looking to bet an over on those smaller conferences with those kinds of lines, unless I've seen something in the conference tournament earlier to where I see that the teams are actually shooting well. But you get the SWAC, you get the MEAC, you get the Big Sky, Big West. I mean, those are just under central during conference tournament time.
It looks like the Texas-Nevada game went to overtime, and the Oklahoma-Rhode Island game went to overtime. But there has to be 10 games where the score was 4 points or less difference between the two. So even if you get one or two of those games scrapes by to overtime.
Right, those are the games that you bet. What I was saying was you bet those second half overs. But I know what you're saying too, but that brings me to that point as well. Those games that were close at halftime, you nail those second half overs as well.
Right.
That's interesting. So what? Did you say there was only 2?
In the first round, yeah. Now the second round, like Loyola Tennessee final was 63-62. That game could have easily went to overtime. So many games like that in last year's tournament. Michigan-Houston, 64-63 final. Texas Tech-Florida, 69-67 final. I mean, a lot of games could have went to overtime last year. That didn't. Purdue won by 3. Syracuse won by 2. Nevada won by 2. This is all second-round matchups.
Yeah.
So if a few of these games go your way, you could really clean up just betting that the game's going to overtime every game in the tournament. Only one other,
games in the opening,
and then one other game the rest of the tournament. Dale's right, but there are countless games that were decided by 1, 2, or 3 points by one possession. It's actually crazy how many games were decided by a possession or less.
So Jay, what do you? Those 2 that did go to overtime, do you have the opening lines on those or no?
No, but I can tell you what the score was at halftime of that game. Texas Nevada score at halftime was 35-26.
Okay.
And let me find it. Oklahoma Rhode Island game was 35-31 at the half.
Yeah.
And then Dale said only one other game the rest of the tournament went to OT. So you would have lost money last year if you did it. But I can't believe how many games were a possession or less, these final scores.
Right.
Hold on. Would you have lost money, though? Because if you're talking about 3 games that went to overtime, that's
$4,500.
Yeah. How many games are there in the tournament? Like there's
the first round there's 32,
round,
but subtract 12 games that you're not going to bet on, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like in the first round there's 32,
15,
and then the second round there's
16.
16. Then in the first round there's 32, but then in the second round there's 16. Then in the third round there's only 8. Then you have 4. Then you have 2. Then you have 1. So, like literally, the first round of the tournament's half the damn tournament games.
Yeah, that's
and
a
then
good
you
point. So
take
let's think
out-
about this. So take out 12 games. So that means that there were 20 games, 16 games. That's 36. 8 is 44. 4 is 48. Yeah, you would have lost a little money.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I wouldn't have bet any 13 threes, 14 twos, 15 or what?
So, all right, so that's 16 games then. So that means
I wouldn't bet 13 threes. 12 fours, maybe.
okay, so that would be 16 and 16 is 32 and 8 is 40 and 4 is 44, then 46, 47 games you would have bet on. And you would have lost $200
$200
in a tournament that
would've-
had countless games that were decided by under a possession.
Well, the thing is like I wouldn't even do it blindly. I'm just saying if you can do it 15-1 on every single game at your book, I would just look to do it on any game that's lined pre-game under 6 points.
Right, exactly. Which a 13-3 isn't going to be. A 12
the two games that
so you wouldn't even. I'm saying like not only would I not do it like blindly, but you're going to look at your second. You're going to have upsets right in the first round, correct? So then you're going to get
the two games in the first round that went to overtime were both 10-7 matchups.
Exactly. So you're going to get your random second round matchups between a 13 seed and a whatever the hell that bracket, 13 seed and a 5 seed. Right. You're going to get those random matchups. You're going to get a random second round matchup of a 12 seed versus, another 6 seed. Who knows? Maybe even a 2 seed or goes down in the first round, right? Because that does happen occasionally. Every few years, a 2 seed does go down. So you're going to get like a 15 seed versus a 7. I mean, those are going to be games that are going to be lined at like 9 points, 9-10 points. I mean, so, I think the idea, like I said, it sounds fun to say, oh, if you just blindly bet it. But, if you just narrow it down, it might be a profitable thing to do.
But here's my point. In last year's tournament, a 10 played a 2 and an 11 played a 3. Both games were decided by 2 points. Those 2 games could have easily went to overtime. In Syracuse, Michigan State, and Butler, Purdue. I think if you try to pick and choose, you may fuck yourself out of profit.
Yeah, it's tough to say.
I mean, honestly, I just don't think those are prop. I don't bet those kinds of props anyways, but it is kind of fun to do like a thought process on it. So are they going to pick up the pace or not in this freaking
this game? This game is terrible.
What's the score?
I don't know what Gonzaga is doing.
Oh, everybody kind of don't look now, but Omaha's back in it.
Down 6.
Omaha's back in it, baby. Let's go, Mavs.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, 5 minutes gone by in the second half, and the Zags are still down 2. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. They're still minus 480 on the money line, though, so I still got a better price.
I'm wondering if it's time to start live betting Omaha now that they're coming back.
They're plus 150 right now.
I'm looking at plus 203 on Omaha. I mean, I'm not looking to live bet the money line, but I'm looking at plus 3.5 on the spread. Ooh, plus 4.5 now, actually. It just changed.
You know what I just thought of, Jay? Does Twitch or any of these other broadcasting channels allow you, are they the same way with the copyrights?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So all of them are that way?
Yeah, 100%. Like Periscope and Twitter, you'll get, if you're watching like a UFC fight and you're trying to show the fight so people can watch, right, they'll disable your Twitter account.
I mean, have you checked into that?
Yeah, no, that's a fact. It happened to Jeff.
Even like Twitch?
I assume any publicly traded company knows that they can't. The copyright laws must be for the same like they are for Facebook, like they are for YouTube, like they are for Twitter, Instagram. I assume all those companies you
North
can't
Dakota
do that.
State just hit a 3, so that line's on Omaha's now up to 5.5 again. Ah, dang it.
Why? What were you thinking?
Well, because either way,
I was thinking about taking Omaha plus the points, but then North Dakota State just buried a 3, and now I don't know.
No, I was talking to Twatty.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right. Well, no, either way, it's always just a link to get to your site. So to get to the KegCast. So, I mean, if you were on Twitch, it's still just a link to get. So it's not, I understand YouTube is more popular, but if it's a link to get to where you are anyway, and Twitch would allow you to have these NBA games on, you know what I mean? Or a UFC fight on. That seems like that'd be a no-brainer to me. But if you can't, you can't.
I'm pretty sure that any like major social media app like that will just kick you right off because they'll be sued by the UFC. You know what I mean?
Right.
I've never used Twitch though. I don't even know what that is.
You
Twitch
don't
is
know what
good.
Twitch is?
No.
Twitch is where people play Magic the Gathering and people watch them do it. So I wonder if it's almost worth taking the live line over 135.5 in this Omaha game. Because if Omaha stays at around this pace, if the game comes down to last minute and a half and they're still down 5, you're going to start getting some fouling going.
One thing I like about DraftKings is they'll hang some, like right now on DraftKings, you could bet North Dakota State minus 8.5 at plus 170.
Okay, so do we think they'll score 4 points a minute for the rest of the game?
I have no idea.
Who scored 4 points a minute?
Don't you have the game on, Jason?
I mean, have they scored 4 points a minute the first 28 minutes of the game?
That's 100 points, 110 points.
I'm talking about the Omaha game right now. Live bet.
Yeah, that's what I'm.
Live bet the total over. There's 12 minutes left in the game. The total's at 135.5, so they need 48 more points. So we're talking about like basically 4 points a minute.
So they have scored 87 points so far. So let's see how many points they've scored per minute thus far. They've played 28 minutes so far. 87 points a minute. That's under 4 points a minute, isn't it? Let me check. Plus, you have to add in a little more. If the game's close down the stretch, they'll be fouling.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So they need to average basically 0.9 points a minute more than what they were coming up to this point.
Right. They've averaged 3 points, 3.1 points per minute so far in this game.
Yeah, but Omaha's going to have to pick up. The problem is that they're down by 9, so they're going to pick up the pace.
Yeah.
And they just took it off. Let's see.
It's hard to account for how many points they can score in the final 2 minutes if they're fouling like a motherfucker. I mean, they could score. What did they score the other night on you, Twatty, in a minute? 20 points?
Yeah. 52 seconds.
They scored 20 points.
They scored how much in 52 seconds?
20 points.
What game was that?
I don't know. That was 10 days ago, maybe.
I remember him talking about it, though. He was cruising to the under.
Wow. And was it one of those things where they're down 12 points with 30 seconds left and they still foul?
Yeah, pretty much.
St. Mary's is up 6 right now.
Are they taught to do that, or is that just something college kids do? Like, that does not happen at all in the NBA. I don't even think that happens in, like a Kentucky versus Florida game. Is that just some bullshit that happens in these small conferences?
Well, it's the coach's call, whatever he wants to do.
I mean, I don't know. If I was a college basketball coach and my team was down 12 with 20 seconds left, I'd want to go ahead and get my dinner appointment.
Does Gonzaga not care about winning this conference because they're going to the tournament?
They're not going to get a 1 seed if they lose their conference tournament. They don't have enough wins.
I'm not watching this game. Is anybody watching the game?
Yeah, I'm watching it.
What the fuck is going on?
Well, St. Mary's is slowing it down.
St. Mary's is not going away.
They're slowing it down. And
St. Mary's is playing good defense.
34 points. That's unbelievable. That's one of the great accomplishments of the year by any team, holding this team to 34 points with 10 minutes left in the game.
Oh, Lenardi has them as the next 4 out. So I wonder if they take them to the wire and lose, that may get them in.
Probably not. When you think about all the good mid-major teams that were supposed to win their conference tournament that didn't, Belmont didn't win, San Diego State didn't win. Like, there are way more mid-major teams deserving of going to this tournament than I thought there would be, because I just thought that they would win their conference tournament.
Yeah, but those teams never actually get in. Like, if you don't win your conference tournament and you're from one of those garbage conferences, it doesn't matter what you did during the regular season, they still won't let you in. I mean, the Southland, whoever the hell's in the Southland can go undefeated all the way up until the conference tournament final, lose it, and they still won't get an at-large bid. You could have like a 30-1 team from that conference that still won't get an at-large.
Yeah, I think Belmont's like 27-4 now. They're probably
and they're
not
going to 27-4 in the NIT.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is
we
exactly
always
what's
see
going to happen with Belmont.
We always see a shocker though, like one team that they give the nod to that gets in that we would think have no business being in.
You mean like last year when Oklahoma got in? Like, Oklahoma kept a lot of teams out because they were determined to get Oklahoma into the dance. Oklahoma had 17 wins, a losing conference record, but they had Trae Young on them.
100%. 100% right.
Like, a 17-14 Oklahoma team got in with a losing record in conference. They had a losing conference record. And they got in over a Nebraska team that had 21 wins and beat Michigan.
If Creighton wins 2 games in this Big East tournament, they're going to get in. Watch it. If Lenardi's got them first 4 out right now, if they win a game
from the Husky State needs to get in because looks like Omaha blew their wad. They're not coming back. They're down by 10 right now.
Amazing North Dakota State. 2 games over 500 on the year, caught fire at the right time.
No, they didn't catch fire. They were on the side of the bracket that they got to play Western Illinois because Western Illinois beat South Dakota State.
Yeah, but I mean, they should. Who did they? Oh, yeah, that's true because Omaha and IPFW played each other.
Yeah,
so they didn't have
to play would have had to play South Dakota State. South Dakota State would have not gotten upset by Western Illinois.
Yeah, so they ended up playing one of the top 3 teams in this league in the final.
Oh,
yeah, that's true.
Gonzaga right now at -2.5.
I'm looking at 40-36. Is that the score, Twatty?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Wow, you can get them minus 182 right now.
I can get them at -170.
How do you not take it, Ant? How do you not take a shot?
Might as well wait until they're plus money the way they're playing.
Yeah, right.
But if they're plus money, they're not going to be plus money at any point in this game until the game is completely out of hand for St. Mary's.
Probably right.
Gonzaga's closed it down. I think I'm going to take them now.
I thought I thought minus 275 was a bargain. Fuck me.
I took minus 5.5.
I'm taking him at minus 170 on the money line.
Yeah, Corey said there's no chance you could show anything on the major social network apps, which makes sense.
I mean, I know there's a ton of guys who do it, but their channel isn't up very long.
I'll be back. I gotta take a
those
piss.
things get taken down all the time. Oh, wow. I go to put that bet in and look at that. Line has changed. Do you accept? No, because now the line's minus 340.
Of course.
Are you kidding me? It went from because Gonzaga hit a 3. Gonzaga hits a 3, and the line went from minus 170 to minus 400. I can't even get a 340. Now it's 400. Wow. Gonzaga's down by 1 with 11 minutes left, and it's minus 400.
I don't know if you have Tilly and Tilly on your team, why you don't get him the ball every time down the court. Clearly the best player. Well, not the best player. One of the 2 or 3 best players. St. Mary's can't stop him.
Nope.
Gonzaga down 1 with the ball. This game may not get to 120.
No, probably not. I think we need overtime in order just to get my second half over in. You know what I mean?
What was it, 42?
Yeah.
That sounded so good, dude.
I thought they'd come out gangbusters, you know? I mean, if they have a 6-point lead going into the final minute, then they're going to Oh, by the way, I hit on that Milwaukee bet. That's pretty cool. Milwaukee covered. Man, ski profit's the truth, dude. Slow and steady wins the race with that guy. He puts out like 1 play a day, if that, and they're always they hit pretty good. They hit a pretty good percentage. I love that guy.
My nickname for him is starting to stick. I nicknamed him the NBA Whisperer.
The NBA Whisperer?
Yeah, because he knows the NBA so well, like a whisperer would, and then he whispers everything. Have you heard him talk?
Huh?
Have you heard him talk?
Yeah, I've seen him. I mean, I don't watch the show that he goes on every now and again.
But he's like real soft.
I'm not a big NBA guy, but yeah, I'm not a big NBA guy, but I've seen him on the show, and yeah, he does talk pretty soft, but does a pretty good job. So I also.
Do you have the scores pulled up by chance?
For which one?
For the NBA?
Yeah, let me pull them up now.
Can I bang a couple off you here?
Yeah, I got them all pulled up.
Okay, what's the Cavs? What's going on with the Cavs?
Sixers won 106-99.
Okay, cool. Add the under 222. What about the Bucks and Pelicans?
That's the one I hit. I hope you didn't bet the under though, because that was 130 to 113.
Yeah, I did bet the under.
I had the Bucks minus 11. Oh,
nice.
Hold on, Omaha, gangbusters again. Come on, they're down by 3 now. Come on, Mavs. I'm wondering if they win this game, if I go drive down the street to the campus to see if there's like a big party going on or not.
Spurs?
They're up 102-96 with 2 minutes left.
$102.96. Oh shit! Portland start?
No, that game don't start for 15 minutes. What do you have on that?
Just Portland money line. And then
Money line. That's like minus 170.
Minus 126.
What? That must have gotten steamed. Holy shit. What did that game open at? Because I'm looking at Portland -4 in its one set, minus 175.
Well, yeah, money line.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, you must have got that early because the money line now is minus 175.
Wow. Wonder if it's a typo. Tyler got it. And I didn't get it. That's interesting.
Okay.
Did the Nuggets start?
No, that game starts in about 15 minutes. I'm on that one too. I took the Nuggets -9, which is good because I beat the closing line because it's at -10 now.
Okay.
That total's 227.
Yeah,
we go over.
Yeah, we have the over in that. I feel pretty confident in that.
Are you on the over on that game?
Yeah, 227.
Well, I'm going to take it too then, because if we can get a live line in the 240s, probably if that game really goes over, I can try for my good old fashioned middle. All right. Okay. I just went ahead and took that 227.
Nice.
Follow you guys along with that, and hope we can get a middle opportunity.
Oh my God, St. Mary's.
Hey, Ryan, the real Ryan Gosling in our chat just he got a sports article he wrote. Send us the link on our Twitters, Ryan. We'll make sure we read it and retweet it and all that.
What's he doing? My first article. Ambush Sports.
Wow, you can get Gonzaga now plus money on the money line.
There it is.
Down 4.
That's
Should I take
it? Wait. Money line for them to win is plus money.
Yes.
Jesus.
I'm looking at plus 115. What's the score? 45-41 is what I'm looking at.
Yeah. That's what I have.
I'm taking it.
What is it? Plus like 110?
I'm looking at plus 115.
Damn, that's nice. Fuck, there's still 8 minutes.
It switched. I got a plus 235. What happened?
They obviously hit a 3 or something.
Yeah, St. Mary's must have hit a 3 as I clicked the button. I went to go confirm my wager, and it switched it to plus 235. That's crazy. I got them at plus 235. What happened? Though? They must have
shot clock.
St. Mary's buried a 3, so they're down 7. Damn.
So they just accepted that bet? They didn't tell you? They didn't tell you the line changed? They just accepted it?
If it changes in your favor, it accepts it. If it changes against you, you got to confirm.
But isn't that kind of subject to opinion?
I mean,
because I don't know. I would have rather known that it went to 7. Shit.
Same here. But yeah, it jumped from plus 115 to plus 235.
They won't crack the top 32. Top 32 what? They're going to lose the first round game? Alexander? Is that what you're saying? Couldn't imagine a scenario that would happen, but that would mean that
like when lines change in your favor, when those live lines change in your favor, it doesn't ask you to confirm. It just goes, here's the line, it changed in your favor. If the line changes against you, so if it went from plus 115 to like minus 150,
right,
it would have asked me if I still want to bet it.
But you see what I mean? I would have rather had, I don't know.
I honestly would have rather known that they
exactly. Yeah.
Because, I mean, honestly, I probably still would take it at plus 235 down 7 with almost 8 minutes to go.
But you'd like to be able to make that decision.
Yes.
So, Alexander, you don't think they'll? Okay, yeah, 64 teams. They won't crack the top 32. So you're predicting they'll lose in the first round then?
Yeah, they're not going to lose in the first round. They're going to lose their 1 seed if they lose this game. They'll be a 2 seed if they lose this game.
I couldn't imagine a scenario that they didn't make it first or second. I mean, they're still going to be a 2 seed. Oh, so you have them losing maybe in the second round.
Oh, he doesn't think they'll make it through the second round, is what he's saying. I mean,
it's a hell of a team to not make it to the second round.
Well, I told Jay this all year long. The problem with Gonzaga is not that they don't have the talent. It's that they play in such a dog shit conference that you can't go 2.5 months out of the season. Like, they try. They do schedule some good teams in their non-conference. But then once the conference play starts, you have 2.5 months where they've never been challenged. And then you're going to go into the NCAA tournament where all the best teams in the country are playing. And then people wonder why Gonzaga hasn't won the title, even with some of these great teams, even though they get 1 seeds all the time. And they always disappoint in the tournament. They're out in the Sweet 16, they're out in the Elite 8, they never make the Final Four. It's because they never get challenged. And then it's like, oh, look at that. Now when you get punched in the mouth for the first time in 2.5 months, they don't know how to respond. Where, UNC, Kentucky, Michigan State, Duke, they get punched in the mouth every other day during their conference. I mean, the ACC legitimately has 3 teams who could be a number 1 seed. I mean, they won't have 3 1 seeds, but I mean, who's going to complain about North Carolina getting a 1 seed? You know what I mean? Like, there's 3 teams in the ACC that can legitimately be a 1 seed. Yeah, Corey, they did make the finals. You're right. But did they win? Honestly, this team's probably better than that team that made the finals. But they should be blowing St. Mary's out here. This is kind of getting ridiculous. No, I would like for them to.
Yeah, Alexander's exactly right. I just think that I don't think there's any way they lose first or second round. Although they are losing tonight. So, I mean, I get what he's saying, but this team is way too talented. Like I said, I think they have the best starting 5 in all of basketball. I mean, there's some other teams, obviously, that are close. But like I said, I think their Josh Perkins is their weak link. And he's been there like 6 damn years. You'd think he'd be better by now. All he's got to do is throw the ball.
I mean, he's been there 6 years because he's not that good.
He annoys the shit out of me. You have all those playmakers around you. You should be better point guard. Very true.
Yeah, Alexander. Gonzaga's letting St. Mary's control the pace of the game. But they let St. Mary's control the pace of the last game, and they still won by like 15. I mean, they didn't crack 70 points in the last game against St. Mary's.
I just gave out a bad pick.
What do you do? Give out Gonzaga or the
well,
over?
No. Yeah, I gave out the over. That was a bad pick. It's not going to get any more close.
I mean, double overtime.
That's looking like what it's going to need.
Shit, yeah. I mean, if Gonzaga gets closer and takes it to overtime, yeah, then we'll need like a second overtime. Yeah. I really hope Gonzaga wins now because the fact that it changed that line on me like that. Boy, I really need Gonzaga to win now because now the money line's back down to plus 138.
Yeah, I'd have been grumpy as shit if it changed on me like that. That would have pissed me off.
I kind of am irritated, but if Gonzaga loses, I'll file a grievance. A 6-minute mark is usually the point where the losing team starts to make a push, so we will see. Yeah, I mean, I think Gonzaga's going to start pushing the pace here a bit. I mean, they're only down 5. Omaha, for some reason, like every time Omaha got back in the game, North Dakota State would hit a 3 and pull away again. So I don't think Omaha has a chance here.
What up, Trigger?
So the Devils are making me sweat, so that's kind of cool.
What is going on?
Hey, Jay, do you know what line I got Gonzaga money line at?
No.
You're going to be mad when you find out what I got Gonzaga's money line at.
Plus 150.
Nope.
What?
I got it right when St. Mary's hit a 3 and it switched to plus 235. And then like a minute later, it went back down to like plus 150.
Fucking Perkins. Jesus.
That's what I want to hear when I'm in danger of dropping $275. Good shit, Ant.
Thank you. It was frustrating. I was trying. Gonzaga has the ball. It's a little frustrating because I tried getting out at plus 138 and then it switched because apparently I clicked the accept wager button right at the time St. Mary's hit a 3. I'm like, oh well, like if I known Gonzaga was down 7 when I bet that, I don't think I would have taken it. But thank you, Book, for just taking my wager like that. So Gonzaga's at the line. That's good. We're all kind of sweating this game out.
Yeah, I'm effed.
Oh, the Devils. The Devils are up 4-3. Does this somehow hold up? I don't know if any of you guys heard me mention earlier, but I took a little taste of the New Jersey Devils at that huge plus price that they were getting. Corey, like we're not always 2 minutes behind. Actually, the stream that you guys are watching on YouTube is actually probably at least 60 seconds behind our actual conversation. Because I'll pull up the YouTube stream here and I'll have the YouTube stream, and then I can look at our Google Hangout stream. The YouTube stream is a solid 60 seconds behind our conversation. So every time everyone's like, oh, you guys are like 2 minutes behind, I'm like, well, actually, we're probably not that far behind. Probably the same angle you are. It's just that you're watching our stream is probably another 60 seconds behind. Like every stream is probably 30 to 60 seconds behind when you're streaming a game. So since we're streaming this on YouTube, what you guys are seeing is 30 to 60 seconds behind our conversation. So then it's probably a full 60 seconds to minute and a half behind, probably. But the lines I get update in real time because I'll see the lines on my bookies website update versus the and the scores a little bit differ, scores ahead of what I'm looking at on the tablet and whatnot that I'm streaming.
This is fucking terrible, man.
Yeah, it's discouraging. I think I'm probably going to lose 3 bets on this Gonzaga game. The over, the second half over, team total over, and then probably the Gonzaga money line. So that'll make me moderately sad.
Yeah, I gave out this over, so that'll be a loss. Are you on this, Jay?
I have.
Yeah, he took the Gonzaga money line in the first half.
Minus 275.
What, just money line to win?
Yeah.
So what we need to do to sweep all our bets is get double overtime and Gonzaga win in double overtime. That would make us all happy in the end. That'll make Jay shit his pants a little bit because we'll have to go to double overtime for his minus 270 to eventually get there. But as long as we all get there, that's what matters.
I currently don't have a problem shitting my pants, so I don't need. I I don't need this game to like help.
Oh, that's funny. I'm trying to keep the levity up, Jay, because you always get upset when we lose a bet.
Honestly, I feel so bad. I don't even give a fuck. If the 275 goes down, it goes down.
Will it be the first time?
Nope. I got
Will be
like
the first time, won't be the last.
If this 275 goes down, there's still like 7,000 in the accounts. I'll live.
So, if you want to tail along with me and Twatty, we're both on the over in the Nuggets game at 227, and I'm also on the Nuggets -9.
The over
Omaha just won't go away. They're only down 6 with a minute.
Over in the Nuggets game at what number?
227.
It's 231 right now, so I gotta wait on that. What else? What else did you have?
I have 2 bets in the Gonzaga game that are going to lose, and probably 3 because I had the money line, but I also have the over and I had the second half team total over. So those are both kind of like frustrating. But I also have New Jersey at +340.
What's the score of that game?
They're up 4-3 in the second intermission.
Wow, bro, that would be a good hit.
And you also know what else I did with the New Jersey Devils game besides the money line is I sprinkled a quarter unit on the reverse puck line at +650. So go Devils.
Gonzaga's really going to drop this game, huh?
Appears so. That's going to piss me off. Wow, the St. Mary's money line. Ooh, they took it off the board, but it was -500. Yeah, they just let St. Mary's control the pace of the game. That's ridiculous. You don't do that when you're Gonzaga. Boo, Gonzaga.
This is an embarrassing effort before you go into the tournament.
Isn't it?
Maybe that's what they...
Who laid the -800 on them to win the tournament? They were -800 before the tournament.
I was talking about it, remember?
Yeah, that's what had me think. Like when we were talking about it with Max, we all basically just said, yeah, the only thing to do in this tournament is to just suck it up and lay 800. And obviously none of us, I mean, I didn't. I know Max didn't. I don't know if you did. But, man, Gonzaga also shot a 3 that went in and out too. So that sucks.
It's 54-55. I mean, 45. They're down 9. This is what they needed, though. They needed a reality check before they go into this tournament.
I mean, we didn't need to have a reality check.
No, personally, no, you're right. Everything that all the money I've won over the last week is gone on one bet. But
this will be the second year in a row Omaha drops the Summit League final. That kind of sucks. That makes me sad. I really like to see Omaha win here. Yeah, St. Mary's just wants it more right now. But then again, they also know that like they need this in order to even get in.
That 1 seed's gone. They'll probably still be a 2 seed, though.
Done.
Did my Pitt Panthers win tonight? Anyone notice? Against BC? I didn't check.
I'll check for you.
Thanks.
Yes, they did. 80-7.
Nice. All right.
So what happened to Hofstra down the stretch? They have to hold on to overtime to beat that one team yesterday, and then they lose the conference championship game against Northeastern.
They haven't looked good in a month. The second half of the season, they've just been off the whole second half. Did that App State game go over 157.5? Yeah, it did. Fuck. I like that today.
Appalachian State go over what?
157.5. They scored 170.
Oh my God. Biff's, I just went on her site, Biff's Sports Almanac.
Yeah.
Going after Ski Profits.
She was on here. She
what?
made an appearance on our show under a different name, but we knew it was
shut
her.
up. How'd you know?
You were on with us, I think, that night.
No.
Yeah, Twatty was. It was the.
Was.
There was a comment they made. Was the exact same comment that they made when they were going after Jay last month. Or
Don't you remember?
Back.
Don't you remember the person that was riding Ant because he went 0-3?
No, not really.
That
yeah, there was someone in the chat riding me because I went 0-3.
And then they started up with their usual shtick, and Anthony texted each other at the exact same time and said, "That's Biff."
Yes, I
wonder who Biff is, because Biff is a burner account. So Biff's a burner account just to be a troll. Like, if you ever look at their thing, they literally just randomly decide to go after certain people who are on gambling Twitter. Like right now, I noticed that they went after Ski, but they went after UJ last month, and in between that, they're going after someone else too.
And we were talking about Biff on that show, actually, or the night before. We were talking about Biff. Me and Twatty were on the show, and I guess they are a listener of the program because they started ripping me up on Twitter the next day, the day after Twatty and I were talking about them.
Yeah.
So, welcome in, Biff. We appreciate you watching.
I mean, as long as we get the views.
Yeah. At least we know. At least we know where one of those thumbs down comes from.
Well, the thumbs down usually occurs. Like, I only see us get thumbs down when we do the fight casts, and I swear to God, I think it's because people come in here thinking that we're simulcasting it.
Yeah.
And then people get mad that they can't find the fight on YouTube, so then they get mad and thumb us down. Because apparently, when you have effing YouTube and you have access to the internet, it's that difficult to have ESPN Plus. Like, that's something I don't get, is like when people will scurry around YouTube or scurry around Twitch or scurry around all these places trying to find a stream for something that's on ESPN.
So yeah, she was getting coming at Ski. I'm on her site, on her page right now, and Ski's like, "Well, you should introduce the 60 days prior, because I guess he went like 1-4, and then in the 60 days prior,
I saw that. Yeah,
he was 50. So 60 days prior, he was 50-21 for plus 25 units, and he's like, "Oh, you forgot about that."
Yeah, and he had the spreadsheet too.
Yeah, there's a spreadsheet with all of his wins and losses, and she didn't comment on that. Right.
Yeah, well, because Biff is 62-4 all time.
That's true.
62-4
That's hysterical.
all time.
That's funny.
How about 10 team, 13 or what is it? 13 team parlays and then counting every leg?
Yeah, you go 9 for 10 in a 10-team tease, and you lose the tease, but you count it as a 9-1 win.
That takes some balls.
And then they break our balls.
Oh, Gonzaga's not even fouling. Gonzaga's just letting it go.
Man, if I didn't feel this bad physically, this one would burn me up. This one would bother me bad, but I don't even give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. You and I are kind of different on that. Like, losses don't bother me that much.
Well, because you like when I bet the LSU game, like if you drop 1,500 on that game, that would bother you.
Well, yeah, I'm betting like $50, where my
Well,
unit
yeah.
size is like $50.
I lost
So,
$1,500 on that LSU money line against Florida that day in overtime.
no, but I'm talking about like every loss though bothers.
Oh,
even,
yeah,
even
yeah.
like even when you're like, oh, I bet $100 on this game.
That's
Like
true.
we can start the night out like 0-2, and you're down like $200, and you're like mad the rest of the time. I'm like, come on, dude, let's get happy. Like I honestly, it's like I have a separate, my gambling bankroll is completely separate from my any other money I use. So it's
Yeah,
just kind of
well, me too, because
whatever
I have no choice. I have to put in like the money that's I can't bet on like the arm with a bookie. Like I had I don't know, like 1,500 at the start of the football season in an account, and it got up to like 24,000 by the end of the football year. Half that went to a vacation that I for my daughter, and then I left like 8 or 9,000 in the account, and then put the rest in the bank. So this money's completely separate from the money that I have like to live my life with, but it still bothers the fuck out of me when I drop $100. That LSU game though really burnt me up, bro. I don't even give a fuck that I just lost 300. Whatever, I don't care.
Hey, Ant, I just read that DM you sent me.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? That's all. Yeah, exactly. Let's leave it at that.
Are you
yeah,
motherfuckers talking about me?
No, I forwarded him what you sent me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, bro. It's please.
That's all we got to say about that. His opinion's the same as ours.
Yeah, okay.
But we're not going to discuss it on this show because we don't talk bad about people.
No.
It's just.
I'll talk bad about you all day.
That's just good motivation.
It's just crazy is what it is, Twatty. It's
so,
just crazy.
Let's go to the
fucking North Dakota State fucked me out of a 5.5-1 future, huh?
Yeah, I really need to resist trolling you right now for not hedging it.
Yeah, Joe Rich, they are. Hey, Joe Rich, check out Tyler, TH412. He's really good, too. Sorry about that, Ant.
No, I'm gonna.
Yeah, Ryan, I know exactly who you're talking about. He is dedicated, man. I pray to God I don't have a troll like that one day.
Who's that?
Well,
this guy will.
Ryan's talking about this guy who like spends way too much time on gambling Twitter.
He absolutely destroys Kobe and Chris Barr and Jeff. Like it's literally his job. Literally. Like he posts Jeff's account play every day.
So he bought Jeff's account either
he did that or he has a friend that buys Jeff's plays and he posts the pic on his Twitter account every day, every single day.
So
yeah, I don't get it.
Jeff, right?
I really don't get it. I was just mentioning that to Ryan.
The hate's incredible.
Yeah, it's like, okay.
It's an unhealthy amount of hate.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why do you, if somebody, for example, somebody has like a YouTube platform and Twitter, and they use it for, handing out sports plays or something like that, right? If you don't like them, don't watch them. If you think their plays are garbage, don't tail them. I mean, why would you spend energy trolling them, making up burner accounts on Twitter? You know what I mean? It's just fucking dumb. I mean, and it shows like what kind of a life you have. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I enjoy betting on sports. I enjoy handicapping them. I enjoy doing the show with you guys, but I'm not going to go around and start to. Why is the DirecTV asking me to rate the app? No, how about you take that off so I can get to the game that I'm trying to pull up?
Like, he says, like, he does it because he hates to see people taken advantage of by touts. But the tweet that's pinned to his Twitter account says, "Don't ask me if I need a tout. I already have a tout that's been reliable for years." But then in the next breath, he says it's like a crusade against Chris, Jeff, and whoever else because
well, the dumb thing is he trolls Kobe because he hates touts, but Kobe's not a tout.
Yeah,
Kobe's
I don't
like
know why. He's all over Kobe, just does it for free. Like, he gives plays out. If you want to follow him, follow him. If you don't want to follow him, don't follow him. But he loves breaking Kobe's balls, man. Loves it.
Yeah, like
There's quite a few people that
like I'm in a chat.
Yeah, I mean, I personally, I don't really care for the kid, but it's like whatever, like, to each their own. But I mean, I would never dedicate a Twitter page to ripping up the kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have too much of a life to care that much about somebody on Twitter.
It's crazy.
But here's the thing, Jay, that scares the shit out of me. And this is what I told all the guys when Max was with me and Brent and Tyler and Goji. Like, one guy on Twitter can literally ruin you. I mean,
yeah.
If one guy on Twitter says that you're full of shit or you're fudging your numbers or you're not winning and you're saying you're winning, and he just can completely ruin you. So that's why it's like everyone in my group, we go like way over the top.
Oh, I'm just like you. I'm nice to everybody that I could be nice to on Twitter, just because I don't want the aggravation of some jerk off breaking my balls the way that Jeff gets his balls broken by everybody, like literally everybody. So I always try to be nice to even like people that inquire about the package. If they don't want it, I'm like, best of luck, whatever. Just because I don't want the aggravation of just having somebody on my back breaking balls every fucking day of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you already got me in your DMs.
Yeah, you're enough. Believe me. You're enough.
But I do it out of love.
That was a shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so Ant and I were talking about like Monday, Tuesday for the preview. What do you think?
Do it up. Just let me know whenever you guys want to do it.
What do you think, Ant? Monday?
Yeah.
All right,
well, pretty good. Monday or Tuesday would be best. Just because.
Which one? I'm good with it. Whatever.
All right. Yeah, I'll do Monday because we're not going to have that many games on the card to be wanting to bet, and also we can't wait later on in the week because then you got the basketball tournament starts up on the Thursday, and I also start my new job on next Thursday, not this Thursday, but next Thursday also. So Monday would be pretty good.
Twatty, if there's anybody else that you want on from CI to do it with you, just let me know and I'll send them the invite.
Oh, I appreciate that, Jeff. No, I think I'm going to be the MLB guy, but
okay.
But no, that's awesome. But guys, I'm going to bounce. I appreciate it. And shit, terrible night for all of us, huh?
Yeah,
well, we still got this Denver game to go.
All right. Well,
we still got this Denver game going, and I got some really huge plus numbers on the Devils, but the Devils promptly gave up a goal, so now it's tied.
All right. Yeah. Well, we'll call it a night. If you Twatty, if you and Ant want to do the show tomorrow, just let me know. I'll set it up and you guys can run with it. But I have to write an article tomorrow for Odds Market that's going to probably take most of my time tomorrow night. So if you guys want to do a show, just let me know and I'll set everything up and then I'll be gone. If not, we will not be on tomorrow and we'll be on Thursday. So you guys let me know what you guys want to do tomorrow. And if you do, we'll set it up. If not, we'll be back Thursday. And yeah, sorry guys. It's been a shitty end of the weekend, beginning of the week, because I've felt terrible. But hopefully everything's good by the weekend and we're good to go. So that's it. All right, Ant, you want to say anything?
Yeah, let's just go Nuggets and let's go points.
And get Rude Anthony's huge Devils money line bet in. I'm actually going to put that game on right now because I have the MSG network. I could watch the Devil games on. How much time is left in the game, Ant?
I mean, the third period just started, but Calgary started the third period off with a goal to tie it.
So it's 4-4 now?
Yeah.
All right, I'll watch that. I'll root you in.
But,
and you got the Nuggets too, right?
Yeah, the Nuggets -9, and I have the over 227.
All right.
Those are my remaining bets.
We will catch you guys possibly tomorrow, if not the day after that. Back after this.